people out there. I believe I should be having an interview coming out tomorrow with TJ Lavin, host of The Challenge, USA, as well as The Challenge, everything else. That was wild to me as a longtime Challenge fan to talk with Tej, as Cara Maria would say. It's a really cool opportunity. He certainly has some thoughts about the Challenge USA. He's actually in Argentina right now filming the Challenge 38, which is the new season that is going to be coming up at some point, which is pretty wild. The dude's been there since March.
All right, we can hear you. Got sound. Hopefully it sounds good. I think we're ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike. I'll see your TJ Lavin interview. We also got the chance to talk to TJ Lavin earlier today.
Yeah, what did you think?
I thought he seemed a little haggard.
But that's also like, I don't know how much experience you have with the Challenge. Like, that's also TJ to a certain extent. Like, he is by far, I love him, but he is by and large the most 80-yard host like in reality TV, where like it's very clear he doesn't necessarily hit the mark on the day of, and so like they often
I've heard.
Yeah, so like it was a little bit of a wild card, but I just from like a pure fan perspective, I liked getting to just shoot the shit with him for a little bit.
Yeah, Brian Cohen joined me for that one.
Oh, that must have been bucket list for him.
He was very excited. I don't know who was more excited, TJ or Brian Cohen. All right, here we go. Let's start this party. Okay.
All right.
Remind me to cut this part out of the podcast.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, here we go. Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cicierino back here with more Brant Steele action here. Big Brother season is around the corner. And 1 week ago tonight, we had the epic Big Brother podcaster, Brant Steele. Tonight, it's the patrons' turn as we welcome a cast of RHAP patrons to take part in a virtual Big Brother season that we will play out tonight. Back here with Mr. Brant Steele. Just celebrated a wedding anniversary this week. Please welcome Mr. BS, Mike Bloom.
Rob, did someone press the reset button like it's Big Brother 14? We're doing it all over again.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you're like Dan Giesling and like kind of screw up the line as you press the button.
Let me put on my bandana. Yes. Okay. Mike Bloom, you and I are here with a cast of patrons. Originally, tonight was slated to be the patron cast. And we said, you know what? Okay, we have the night blocked off. People are asking us to do the patron Brant Steele. And what if we did a little bit of the old switcheroo? Okay.
You always switch. It's the Monty Hall problem.
The old switch. So we got patron Brant Steele here tonight. And then I'm going to do Facebook Friday coming up this Friday. Okay. So people call in 6 o'clock Eastern on Friday night. We'll go 6 to 8 Facebook Friday. So we'll do a call-in show coming up here on Friday. So
you subbed out a patron cast for a patron space cast full of cast full of patrons for the Brant Steele.
That's right. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and get introduced to our cast here. Okay. And then you will see this cast play out, and very excited to go through this. Of course, you know, the last one we did, Mike, the one we did last week.
I was going to say the one we did way back in June 21st, 2022.
Yes. One of the best Brant Steeles we've ever done.
It was so much fun. Due, I would say, entirely to the cast that we had on, who just, I will not emphasize enough, like, brought it. They played their parts to a T, and it was so much fun to watch them try to explain their logic and play into the parts of something that, once again, is completely out of their control. Again, I don't know if people are happening into this for the first time, but this is a Brant Steele, which we have done many of over the years. But the whole conceit of this one is that the people that are playing, quote unquote, are people that are here right now. They have no input. Well, actually, we'll talk about this. They had some input as to what could possibly key into what happens during their games. But essentially they have let go of the steering wheel, yet they sort of have to recount why the turns are being made that they are, despite the fact that it's essentially being driven for them.
All right, Mike, do you want to go ahead and introduce our cast? They will pop on one by one, and we will hear a brief intro of everybody that's going to be playing here tonight.
All right, so let's go in alphabetical order by first name. So let's just start at the very beginning. A very good place to start with an A name who hopes to have an A game. It is Alicia.
Alicia.
Hey everyone,
Hey, Alicia. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself? Good to see you, Mike. Happy belated anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Alicia, tell us about you as a player.
So my occupation is I'm a business analyst. So I've created the code to get myself a win.
What
Okay,
is
that's
it?
good. Hopefully no hackers twists end up happening to try to
Mhm.
make your way inside the house.
Okay.
It's Control Alt Delete. That's what's going to get me.
Yeah,
the win.
Oh no.
yes.
Alt
Yeah,
F4. I know that
I'm-
trick.
Yeah, I'm here to control, alt, delete all the competition.
That would have
Okay.
been a better line than what I said.
Okay. All right, Alicia, great to see you. Great to have you here. Okay. Mike, who's up next?
All right, this next guy is someone who might be a bit familiar to recent Patron activities. He was a member of the Mafia alongside myself back when we did Patron Mafia earlier this month. He is someone who is huge into D&D, so let's see if he rolls a natural 20 when it comes to his time in the game. It is Bobby.
Bobby.
Hey, I am a parade performer from Orlando, Florida. I definitely have a clear strategy going into this game. I just need to see if this parade floats or sinks.
Floaters get a
Oh.
life vest. Uh-oh.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Okay. Bobby, so excited to have you here. Great shirt also, by the way.
Yes.
Okay. Good
Thank
luck in
you.
the Brant Steele tonight. All right. And we'll see you in just a moment.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Mike, who's up next?
Can't wait to talk about that shirt for days upon days on the feeds. That's all.
Mhm.
It's becoming the new Vanessa's beanie. All right. This person is from Utah, and her wardrobe is full of pug shirts. But will this dog have her day? It's Bonnie.
Bonnie.
Hi. Hi, I'm Bonnie. I'm a web developer and I am ready to spin a web of lies to win this game.
Very good. I like
Okay.
that. Well done. Well done. Do you have a one lie ready to go?
No, I'm 20 years old. There we go.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Listen, lying about
No
your age
lies
works sometimes a
detected.
big brother. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Bonnie, good luck in the house. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And who is up next?
Hailing from Florida, this is a guy who said he wants to play like Dr. Will, but the reality, he's probably more Chicken George. Much like Mr. Fart, will he make a gas on the season? It is Brian.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. I don't know how to follow that.
Hi, Brian.
I'm a board game cafe owner from Jacksonville, Florida, and I may look like Chicken George, or I may even reminisce of the Summer of Steve. But I'm going to try and bring some big Cliff Hog energy and bring my A game so that you all don't get bored.
Yeah, there you go.
Complete with the hand signals. I love it.
Really good. Okay. What game is your specialty?
You know what? Big games like Gloomhaven or other things that these people here probably wouldn't understand. So I'll probably just dumb it down and play checkers while they're trying to figure out what chess is.
Okay. All right, Brian. I love it. You're in character and ready to go. All right, Brian, thank you so much. Okay.
Of course.
See you in the house. All right. Who's up next, Mike?
All right, next is somebody hailing from Washington, D.C. She claims she once had lunch with Nick Cage, but how will she do in this face-off? It is Eliza.
I like that. I like that.
Hello.
Yes, Eliza. Yes. Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm a survey analyst, so everyone can be sure that I did my research coming into this house.
Can you give us the Nick Cage lunch story?
I was an extra in the movie The Weatherman. I was a first grader, and Nick Cage was very sweet and spent a full day hanging out with the two kid extras on set and got lunch with us. So
that's so interesting. I just imagine Nick Cage like huddled over some sort of like table, like with Lunchables, like, how do I make this pizza?
it wasn't like a weirdly large amount of shrimp that he ate, but otherwise.
Don't be like me. Manage your shrimp level when you get older, kid.
All right. I hope you have the shrimp ring ready for all the excitement tonight.
Can't
okay?
wait.
All right. See you in the house. Okay. Who else is here, Mike?
Really excited for this guy from Texas. He describes himself as petty and quote, "I'm fun, annoying, and loud." We'll see how many of those boxes get checked tonight. It is, of course, the great Humby.
Humby.
What up? What up?
Yes.
So I'm Humby. I'm a business consultant in Texas. And just like other house guests before me, I have also lost my dignity to a winner. Slippery winner.
Oh, no. No one gets between Humby and his wiener. We know that.
I told you, I'm ready.
Okay. Humberto, are you ready for this?
Are you ready for this?
I think so.
That's a very loaded question. I think ask us again in like 3 hours, and we'll see if we were right about that.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay. Humberto, all right. Good luck in the house, okay? All right. Who's up next?
All right. Coming from Brooklyn, he's a student both in life and perhaps of the game of Big Brother. And one of his hobbies is ruining dreams in Mario Kart. Throw out your blue shells for JD.
JD.
Hey, how's it going? I'll be
Going great.
representing Generation Z tonight, and I'll be zooming my way to the final two.
Ooh. All right, are you going to be teaching the other house guests viral TikTok dances?
No, that is my predecessor's job. Hannah's all over that.
Okay. JD, do you have a strategy going into the game?
I want people to know that I am just going to be the baby. And, you can't
Watch out, Mike.
neglect the baby.
All right. Well, I know where I'm voting in my Joker's poll first week of the season.
Okay. All right.
I'm coming for your spot.
Okay. JD, great to have you here. Good luck in the house, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Who's up next, Mike?
All right, this is another face that's a bit familiar to those that have checked out Patron Mafia from New Jersey. Someone who grew up with a deathly fear of the doll Chucky, but she's here to prove that Big Brother is not child's play.
Oh,
It
there you
is
go.
Katie.
Katie. Hi, Katie.
Hello, you guys. I am Katie. I am 28 years old, and I might not have my random generator, but I have my pots and pans ready to go.
Oh, no.
So they might have to come out sometimes.
That might get you on Brant Steele the challenge alongside Brian Scally. I hear that's a good runner for people.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about the fear of Chucky.
Oh, he's like a terrifying person.
Yeah, I get it.
My friends would torture me and play his voice, and I would scream and cry all the way down the road sometimes, or out of a movie theater when it popped up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we know what's going to be like the thing to keep you up all night during one of these competitions.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right. Okay. We will see you in the house. Okay. Good luck. Okay. All right. Who else is here, Mike?
All right. So we have someone who's looking for a bit of redemption here. I'm trying to remember. This might be Rob, our first two-time patron Brant Steele player. Back during the days when we first did this, I think it was our second season. She was the first boot. She's looking to go from worst to first. Hailing also from New Jersey, it is Leah.
Leah.
Hi, guys.
That was probably about a year ago that we did the first one of these.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Leah, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm Leah. I love painting my nails, and I am here to polish off the competition.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the wall behind you is very indicative of that. I don't know if you could bring all of that into the house, but I think you get a good portion in one of those carry-on bags.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I can just paint people's nails. They can just talk to me, and then I can stab them in the back.
And they don't let you bring your nail polish onto Snowflake Mountain. Anybody watch that one?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What are you going to do differently this time?
You know, I think I just had trouble making connections. So this time I'm going to really work on those first impressions, get right in there, start making some alliances.
Okay. We'll see if it works out differently this time. Okay. Good luck. All right.
Thank
we'll see you in the
you.
house. All right. All right. Mike, who's next?
All right, we are actually reaching across the sea for this season to grab this guy. Hailing from London. This guy says that he used to be a regular on the BBUK spinoff Bit on the Side. Will he end up getting a bit of virtual cash from playing in this Big Brother season? We shall see. Love the name. It's Mike.
Michael.
Hello.
Yes. Michael, tell us about yourself.
So yeah, I'm Mike. I'm a Scrum Master, but in the house you can call me the Puppet Master.
There we go.
Yes. Mike, what did you used to do on BBUK?
So they had a spin-off show
Yes.
called Bit on the Side, which would be on every night. And I was a regular in the audience, talking loads of rubbish and saying how I felt, and then even got the chance to be on the panel on one point. So yeah.
Wow.
So you were like Melissa Denny, like the voice of the people?
I took one of those. Yeah, there was a few of us. We get into a lot of arguments on there, but yeah.
Yes. Okay. And how closely do you follow the Big Brother US game?
I'm obsessed with it.
Okay, I was going to say, like, just so you know, there's no popular votes here.
I prefer your version. Your version is better than our version, so I'm all for it.
All right. Should we be having a Bits on the Side after each round? There's another show that's like talking about this show?
That would last longer than this. So
It'd be Puyan Chappelle just commenting on it the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Michael, great to have you here. Okay. Good luck in the house. All right. And then Mike, who's next?
All right. This guy coming up next, coming also from Texas. He is a truck driver who's hoping to at least do a little better than Sam Smith. In many ways, it's Robert.
Yes.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Rob, how are you?
I'm great, man.
Rob, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a gambler, so I'm ready to risk it all and shake things up in the house to win it all.
Yes.
That's good. So that means you answered our Julie Chen Moonves question of who here considers themselves a gamer. You would have stood right up and said, like, yes, send me right in.
My hand is in the sky. I'm ready to risk it all. I'm going all in from the beginning.
Now, Rob, I know you recently watched all of Big Brother 23 for the first time and live tweeted it. It was very fun
My
to
first
watch.
and only season.
Yeah, that's your only. Okay, so that was great to get your takes in the real time. What did you learn?
I learned that you shouldn't go on a power trip right from the beginning because you're gonna be on your way out. Frenchie, he came out guns blazing. He thought he had everything under control, and next thing you know, he's on his way out the house, and can't let it happen to me, man.
What a ride! What a ride, though. All right, Rob, we'll see you in the house. Okay, good luck. Okay, all right, Mike. Who else is here?
All right, I got a couple people left. This next person is a special ed teacher from Cincinnati. She loves actually watching the Reds lose, but we shall see. Has the bloom fallen off the Pete Rose for Sarah? It's my one Reds reference.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Hi,
So
Sarah.
yes. Hi, I am Sarah, and I am a special education teacher, and I am ready to school all of these other players and teach them how to really play Big Brother and
Very
win.
good. Well done.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. What kind of game are you gonna play?
You know, I kind of say I want to play like Claire, where I know everything, but that's just not going to happen. So in reality, I want to play a quiet game, just kind of lay under the radar, and then when the moment comes, snap right up and get all these people out of here.
I was going to say, if you're going to play like Claire, you better start teasing your hair out. Like, I want full volume by the next time we cut to you.
Yeah, no, we're going to play a quiet game over here and sneak in at the end to win this.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck in the house, Sarah, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay. All right. And then who else do we have?
All right, last but certainly not least, we have another Texas resident, this time from San Antonio. He's a student who says Beyonce once touched his hand.
Oh my God.
Let's see if he can get the house information. It's Timothy.
Hi, Timothy.
Hey, Rob. Hey, Mike. What's tea?
So, yeah, tell us the Beyonce story.
Okay, so this was during the summer. I was in school. I had a new friend, and I was going to say, hey, I have some extra money, so why don't I take you to the Beyonce concert in Houston? Obviously, I don't talk to her now because she definitely disrespected the queen because she wasn't on 10 like me, so I had to eliminate her like the queen said. Yes, I haven't talked to her since.
Oh, wow. All right. Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's like, no, disrespect the queen, you're out of here.
You can cut allies, I can cut friends. Can you, just for my selfish sake, can you show me what your shirt is? I see Seymour Skinner there, and I'm very intrigued.
It's the Simpsons steamed ham. Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
So are you gonna be the resident cook of the house?
Girl, I can't cook. Girl, try. I do microwaves. Uber Eats. If I cook, it'll probably be like a hamburger help or something like that. Something easy. I'm definitely not a cook.
All right.
There you go. All right. So we will see you in the house, Timothy. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Mike, is that our entire cast? Yes.
Yeah. I believe that is.
Well, hold on. Expect the unexpected.
There's a twist.
We had somebody drop out late in the game. Derek, are you there behind the scenes? Okay.
Hey.
Okay, of course. Here's Derek, our RHAP patron experience manager, that he has been working very hard over the last couple of days trying to get everything set up for the patron Brant Steele. But what happened? We had a late cancellation. We had basically like a Christine from last season.
Well,
hacker.
Yeah. Somebody got hacked. And so we had to bring
hacker twist.
The hacker twist.
Is this a kayfabe? What is this for real?
True. That's the rumor.
Okay.
Rob. All right. So yeah, we brought in a contestant who was also, sequestered. And do you want to reveal that, or do you?
You tell us what you
what
did
do you
here.
want to do? Yeah.
All right. So we had Julie Chen
Julie Chen Moonves. Yeah.
Decide I'm going to take a break from hosting this season, and I'm going to play against these patrons and show them how to play Big Brother.
Okay. So we have somebody, Julie Chen Moonves is the 14th house guest in this Brant Steele.
Wow.
Yes.
The biggest twist in Big Brother history, and it's done on a Brant Steele.
Expect the unexpected.
Okay. There you go. All right.
So, good luck, everyone.
Yeah. So Julie Chen Moonves is going to be in the Brant Steele. Then also, Derek, can you just also that one other little wrinkle that we that you incorporated into this? Can you tell us about the point system?
Yeah. So for the first time ever, we allowed the contestants to sort of edit their avatar. So in the back of the Brant Steele, you are allowed to essentially choose how smart you want to play, how strategic your character is, how good they are at competitions. So for the competition category, each contestant was given 12 points, and they can distribute them however they would like. If they would like to be a 5 in brains, they may have to be a 1 in physicality. And then in terms of the social skills, same thing. There's 12 points to distribute. There's 4 categories. So if somebody wants to be a social butterfly, they might also have to have a very high same thing. There's 12.
Yeah. It's interesting. So we have dealt with this, I think, once before when I got on with the LFC to simulate the rest of BB Can season 8. We tried to futz with the relationships and things like that. Otherwise, it's a fairly untouched feature. But to Derek's point, I sort of love it. It's kind of like choosing your Mario Kart character, to quote one of the contestants that we're talking about tonight, right? Like, what's the balance that you pick? Now, again, knowing Brant Steele, it could all just get thrown out in the wash. But I think it's something cool and new to try here.
Yeah, allows your avatar to feel a little bit more you.
Okay. All right. Well, Derek, thank you for all the hard work behind the scenes.
Enjoy. Yes.
Okay. All right, Mike, are we ready?
Yeah, I think let's open up the door, or I guess close the door, right? Isn't that the entire conceit of Big Brother? That they close the door off and kind of lock them in for the next however many days?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So let's go ahead and let me share my screen so that you can all see what's going on here in the Big Brother Brant Steele. Okay. And so I shared my screen, but then it also minimized my window here. So
okay, nice.
Yeah, let me see if I can get that back up and running. I guess I guess it crashed my browser.
I will take a quick step away for a quick second while you go do that.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and open up the link to our Brant Steele here tonight. Thank you again for joining us here live, everybody. And we have, here we go. Let me just go ahead and drag this down here. And here we go. All right, here's our cast. You should be able to see them all now on the screen. And we'll go ahead and make it fit. There we go. Alicia, Bobby, Bonnie, Brian, Eliza, Humby, JD, Julie, Katie, Leah, Mike, Robert, Sarah, and Timothy. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's see what's happening here on night one of our Big Brother Brant Steele. Okay, here we go, Mike.
All right, let's
All
do
right.
it.
Time to hear about our alliances as we get things started. All right, first alliance. We have alliance number 1, Mike and Rob H.
All right, interesting. I mean, listen, they were probably standing next to each other in the opening things. They kind of just like looked at each other and nodded of like, all right, move in group solidarity. Don't know if that panned out with the other contestants, but it looks like these two at least are made our first final 2 deal of the season.
Okay, then shades of Amon last week. Okay, here we have another alliance is Mike, Rob, and Humby.
Well, I think Mike was like, listen, I know a bit about bit on the side. We've got to have an ally on the side. And so Humby is their side piece.
Okay, another alliance here. Here's Bobby, Bonnie, and Sarah.
BBS, almost like big blue couch. Yeah, I like this grouping as well. I think they're hailing from all different parts, but I think they locked eyes with each other essentially, and they're like, all right, let's try to ride this. Nobody's gonna think that we work together. I'm from Florida, you're from Utah, you're from Cincinnati. We have like all of the sectors covered essentially.
All the sectors.
All those country sectors
Yeah.
as they're referred to.
Okay, so
Oh my God, these
here's
people are
another
wheeling and
alliance.
dealing from the
Okay,
beginning.
Look, it's a wild house. Here's another alliance. It's Alicia, Bonnie, Humby, and Mike.
Ham.
Okay. Then another alliance is Alicia and Eliza.
Okay, I like this grouping as well. We have a little bit of like systems analysis going on, right? A little bit of like the business heady side. So I think these two kind of like eye each other as numbers people.
Okay, so lots of alliances. Let's find out our first HOH. Okay, this one is called the Wedgie.
Oh, you remember this one? This was the first one from Big Brother 11, I think it was, where they like had to sit in the giant wedgies and like hang on for as long as they could.
Mm-hmm. And so in the Wedgie, okay, the house guests are holding on to toilet seats. We're gonna get down to who comes in our top 3.
Which should be noted, Julie Chen Moonves not in a night 1 alliance. She's really slow playing this.
Okay. All right. Our top 3, it's Sarah, JD, and Humby.
Okay.
And your first HOH is going to be Humberto.
Wow. From side piece to main attraction.
Yes, Humberto, our first HOH of the season. How does it feel?
It feels really good. I'm ready to take matters in my own hand.
Okay, well, the game hasn't started yet, but okay. Just like you're like, all right, day 1, I'm taking matters into my own hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So Humberto is ready to go here. And so, Humberto, you are going to have the ability to nominate 2 of your fellow house guests for nomination this week. All right. So, Humberto, so we're able to do this a little bit differently than last time. Do you have your 2 nominees ready already?
Actually, I do have my nominees ready.
Wow.
Okay. All right. So let's go to Humberto to tell us who are going to be the 2 people up on the block, and then let's see, and then they can pop on one at a to talk about being nominated.
Sure. My 2 nominees tonight at the beginning is going to be JD and Brian. JD, when I first saw you walk through that Zoom call, I just wanted to throw up on myself. But first, Brian, I just need you to go like this.
Wow. Iconic.
Wow.
So iconic. Especially
Okay.
for our first HOH. Again,
All
he
right,
took matters
let's,
into his own hands.
Yeah, JD and Brian. Let's look. JD, what's your reaction to being nominated?
Maybe it's just Humby hates kids. I'll just put my big boy pants on and win the veto.
All right,
Okay.
Brian, what's your reaction? Surprised that you were one of the first nominated here?
I'm not very surprised. A smart move would be to do something different, but Humby isn't the smart one in the house. And so obviously we're just, waiting to see what he does and how he messes this up. And I'm ready to get back at him next week.
Better have the life fest, Brian. Better have a life fest.
All right. This is wow. This is shades of that Dr. Will confidence coming out of Brian at this moment. Will it work though, Rob? There is a veto competition that needs to be played
competition coming up. Okay, so let's find out who is going to play in the veto. Humberto is going to draw Eliza.
Your screen's not being shared, by the way.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I hit hit share and I did not hear it. Okay. Then Brian drew house guest choice and chose Rob to play in the veto.
That's interesting. I don't think he knows that Rob is in an alliance with Humby.
And JD draws Leah to participate. So we have
should
our
be noted,
veto draw.
It could be a big win for Leah. If Leah gets past this round, she is guaranteed to automatically do better than the last Brant Steele that she did in.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and see what happens in our veto. And so here we are. It is Big Brother Charm School.
Oh yeah, this is where Monique comes in, right? And like teaches them how to walk with books on their heads.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so here we go. It's Big Brother Charm School. And so we have Humby's out first, and Rob and Leah. And then it comes down to Brian, JD, and Eliza.
That's not a good draw for Humby. Very good for his 2 nominees.
And the winner of the Power of Veto is going to be... Oh, it's
wow,
JD.
Don't count the kid out.
JD
is in the game.
Yes, Humberto said that when he saw you come into the house, he wanted to throw up, but now you have just thrown up a monkey wrench into his plans.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and go to the veto ceremony because JD, you have a big decision to make. Okay.
I do.
And so let's go to the veto ceremony now, and let's find out. Can we have Brian as well to give a speech why JD should use the power of veto on you, Brian?
You know what, JD? You shouldn't use the power of veto on me. Go ahead and use it on yourself. I'm going to survive this vote, and together, I know that you have a secret. I know that you have a secret alliance with Humby, but what we can build is going to be stronger than that, and we're going to come back strong.
Okay.
Can I pull a Jen Johnson and say, self, why should I use the power veto on myself?
Go for it.
As long as you have the white belt going on.
Yeah.
I don't think I can pull that off. But I will be using the power veto on myself. I'm having fun at this summer camp. I'm in the right place, right? But yeah, I'll be staying another week in the house.
All right, then. So, Humberto, we will need you to replace JD on the block. Who's going to sit next to Brian?
Got your back, Sarah.
Okay.
Oh, no. All right.
Sarah.
Very little pomp and circumstance.
I came in third in that competition, but I really didn't do much besides that. I'm just laying low. So whatever. I know I'm not your real target. I'm just a pawn, but I'm not going to go home, Humby.
Now, here's the problem. Sarah said in her bio she procrastinates on everything and anything. I think that includes campaigning. I think Sarah was one of the last people to campaign to Humby, and so he thought, like, well, listen, you're not going to help me.
Was Sarah your backdoor target the whole time?
Oh, yeah. She was always my target.
Oh, okay. Oh, it might have been a week-long plan to get you, Sarah. Okay.
Gotta catch that big fish.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Mike, are you ready to talk about the events of the week?
Gee golly gosh, am I ever. This is the known source of chaos, I think, in the house.
Okay. Here's where things get crazy. Okay. So Brian and Sarah are on the block. Okay. Eliza and Humby bond slightly.
Interesting. I would imagine it's something where, like, Eliza played in the veto with him. She was sort of in on his plan on this big Sarah backdoor. And so they feel a little, like, indebted to each other.
Okay. Then we see Bonnie attempts to blame and call out JD for certain actions in the house and how JD deserves to leave.
My goodness.
Bonnie, what happened?
Come on here, Bonnie. Tell us what happened.
Well, I was walking past the bathroom and I heard him talking about me behind my back, and so I had to switch the target.
He's safe. He won the veto.
Darn it. For next week.
Yes. But what did you say he was doing?
He was talking about me behind my back and how I should be on the block and getting out this week. People always go after the older house guests, and I said I'm 20. I'm not even the oldest house guest.
Okay.
I think I got caught questioning that fact, or if it's a fact even.
Well, JD
like
is the
doesn't even
Gen
know
Z representation in the
doesn't
house.
know a lot of One Direction songs.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Zero.
Yeah.
Didn't know what TikTok was.
Yeah. Okay. Then here's what else is going on. Uh-oh. Katie plays a funny prank on Julie, but Julie is not in the mood.
That's not very funny, Katie.
I
Okay.
was just having a moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Be careful because Julie is not joking around.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. What was the prank? How'd you get?
Yeah.
Julie?
What did you tell Julie?
I mean, I told her I'd flip her bed, and then I threw her clothes in the pool.
Oh, okay. That's the ultimate prank.
Yeah, when she was sleeping too.
I can't wear wet clothes. My circuits will fry, Katie.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Then Rob is asked an awkward question by Julie. I guess that Katie really set Julie off. Rob, well, what did Julie ask you?
Julie asked me, why do I gamble so much?
Okay, that is a little awkward.
Now, here's a question, Rob. That Julie Chen Moonves is playing on the show. Is she also the host? Is she also conducting the live eviction ceremonies?
That's the real question here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people really want to know.
Very awkward. Okay. All right. And then Eliza and Robert bond. Rob, what did you and Eliza bond over?
She just came to me and she was telling me about how she went to Vegas and lost a lot of money one day.
You could relate.
I put her head on my shoulders and I said, me too. Me too. I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Eliza?
I'm just coming up with as many fake stories about myself as I can
Oh,
to bond
very
with
smart.
everyone.
I mean,
so-
Eliza's a social queen right now because she's just making up so many false narratives about everybody. She's doing like the real Penelope thing from SNL, right? Of trying to like one up everybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Look, we're having a lot of fun, but it is eviction night. Somebody's going home here, and
One of you will
Mike.
walk out to the empty studio because again, Julie Chen Moonves is not there to interview you.
Yes. Okay. All right. So let's hear from Brian and Sarah as they face the eviction. All right. So here we go. Why don't we start with Brian? You were on the block first this week. Could you give us your speech of why the house guests should vote to keep you?
You know, I've had a wonderful time getting to know everyone this week and learning all about you. And, you know, I think that probably more than anything, I've valued the Bible lessons that I've received from you, Julie. And I know that no matter what happens tonight, I'm going to go with God. And if I find myself on the outside of the house, I'll be able to give those quirky one-liners from the Bible on the outside to make sure that everybody knows that God is with the show.
Okay.
Please don't come for my job, Brian.
Sarah.
Well, you know, I came up here as a replacement nominee. Obviously, I'm not the real target here. JD was the real target. I'm just here just for a fun old time. I know my alliance of Bobby and Bonnie, our BDS, is going to hold strong and get the votes to keep me here. And I know that I'm going to stay. And Humby, I'm coming after you.
Wow, we'll see if
Okay.
BBS pulls through.
All right. So, Mike, I should show the votes here for
Yeah,
this.
let's
right?
show some of the votes here. I'll be
All right.
intrigued to see if Brian's call out to Julie either worked for or against him here.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at our votes here for week number 1. Okay. So we have what? 11 votes that we're
11
going to see.
votes,
Okay.
yeah.
11 votes takes 6 votes to evict. Alicia will vote to evict Brian.
Mhm.
Bobby votes to evict Brian. Bonnie votes to evict Brian.
Oh, this could be a shutout week.
Okay. Eliza votes to evict Brian.
That's 4 votes for Brian.
JD votes to evict Brian.
Oh, let's see what Julie does.
Julie Chen Moonves votes to evict Brian.
Oh, you come for the queen. You best not miss, Brian.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
All right. So Mike
Mike
did vote to evict Sarah.
Hinky vote here.
Okay.
But it looks
Rob
like
voted to evict Brian. And okay. So by a vote of 10-1,
Oofa doofa.
Brian, you are evicted from the Big Brother house. Please gather your bags and join us. Brian, what
man.
happened?
At 2, Julie? At 2, Julie? Come on.
Air hug, air hug.
Oh, no air hug. I walk right past Julie. I don't give her the air hug. I go right to the door. I pull it shut behind me so that they can't even look at the fake audience behind me. I'm mad. I'm like that guy that stormed out from OTT. I'm mad.
Cornbread.
Wow,
Yes,
yeah, cornbread.
yes.
A little more
Cornbread.
family friendly, hopefully.
Yes. Okay.
Corn Brian. So Brian, how much of this do you think was a referendum on Humby, right? Humby declares Sarah was my real target the entire time. Nearly everyone ends up voting you out. Was it because of that?
Well, I think that Humby's definitely got his work cut out for him moving forward. I think he's got a little bit of HOH-itis, and he knows who's working behind the scenes against him. And I'm gonna look forward to seeing him follow me right out the door next week.
Brian, where did it go wrong for you this week?
I think that I think it was chess and checkers. I was playing chess, not checkers, and Humby's playing checkers, and I was on the wrong board, and I just couldn't get it back.
Yeah, what happened in that veto competition? Where it was you and JD. Was it just like a lapse in concentration, or did youth prevail here?
Well, I think I knew that coming in, the challenges weren't necessarily going to be my strong suit, and I hoped that I was going to be able to cut a deal to win that, but unfortunately, I was just not able to outsmart him, and good on JD. I wish him the best of luck, and he beat me fair and square.
Well, Brian, you came out here. You did a great job. There is a viewing party tonight in Jacksonville in your honor, and everybody,
also known as Mickeyville.
Everybody is very excited. So,
all
right. Well, Brian, thank you so much.
It was an honor. Thanks so much, Rob and Mike.
Okay. All right, Mike. We are on to week number 2 here of Big Brother Brant Steele. All right. So let's go back and check in on our alliances in the house this week. Okay.
Yeah.
See if there's been any changes from last time out.
And it's also a good rundown as to the groupings that we are used to here. Because listen, like Humby is somebody who might come in with some eyes on him based on what happened. He did take a shot and fail. We could possibly see this alliance of Humby, Mike, and Rob against the BBS of who was it? It was Bobby, Bonnie, and Sarah after Sarah was kept. Seems like Humby and Sarah would want to go after each other. And so we might see actually our first like real alliance taking a shot at each other in the house.
Okay. Then also we have this other interesting alliance, which is Alicia, Bonnie, Humby, and Mike. And then Alicia and Eliza. All right. HOH number 2, Mike
Here we
Bloom.
go.
Let's find out who it's going to be. Freeze frame. Okay. Short video clips here. And let's find out.
And once again, it's been only 1 week, but I guess a lot has happened. So they're trying to guess what happened in the past 6 days.
All right. Our top 3 here are going to be Sarah, Katie, and Mike.
Sarah might go from the poorhouse to the penthouse here.
The classic Big Brother, and the winner of the second HOH is going to be Mike. Okay, Mike is in a number of alliances. Okay, let's hear from a man who goes from watching Big Brother to being the HOH. Mike, you're the new head of household. Congratulations, Michael.
What can I say? That was destiny. Destiny. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Mike, what's in your CD in your HOH room?
It is probably gonna be some Justin Timberlake. Oh yeah. Cry me a river.
That's what you're going to be saying to the people that go on the block. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. All right. Michael, you have a very important duty here as HOH. You need to nominate 2 of your fellow house guests for eviction. We will need to know, who are you nominating and why?
So, after the awful activities of last week, one is going to be JD. And to go with JD, I need a good mixer to be a pawn. So it's going to be Katie.
Okay, JD, back on the block again. And Katie.
Wow.
All right, let's hear from JD. first.
They sound so nice. It's a rhyming, maybe the
JD
first
and Katie.
rhyming nominees I've ever heard before.
Mhm. JD, you're back on the block.
You know, I'm not shocked. I saw Humby in Mike's ear. Maybe that has something to do with it. But yeah, I've won the veto once and I'll do it again.
Okay, Katie.
I am shocked. I had no idea that was going to happen.
Interesting. All right. So Katie was not tipped off as to her nomination here. Bold move by Mike. Let's see if it ends up paying off well for him here. It's still got a
Okay.
veto to play, Rob.
All right, let's find out what's happening in our veto draw. Okay, so first up, Mike is going to select Leah to participate in the veto.
All right,
Okay,
Leah's
Mike draws Leah.
And we should also say congratulations to Leah. She is no longer the first boot in Brant Steele.
Yes.
David Alexandered it. Is guaranteed to get past her position.
All right, here's Katie. And Katie selects a house guest choice and draws Julie Chen Moonves to participate in the veto.
I believe that's a glitch. Actually, it's just that like Julie programmed it so that all the house guest choice have to pop up with her name on it because she is the show.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, JD, 1 for 1 in the veto, will draw Rob to participate in the power of veto. Okay, so Mike, Leah, Katie, Julie Chen Moonves, JD, and Robert. Okay. All right, here we go. This week's Power of Veto competition. Loose change. Go through the laundry suds to find various coins.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Okay. Our top 3 are Mike, JD, and Robert. Could
All
JD
right.
win 2 in a row?
Let's see.
And he does. The Veto King.
Wow.
There it is.
Okay. All right. So, JD, how does it feel to be nominated twice and be 2 for 2 on the veto?
It feels great. You know, I'm proving that it's going to be very difficult to get rid of me in this house and people should be scared.
All right, Katie, would you like to tell JD why he should use the power of veto?
JD, I know you're not going to use it on me, so let's just get to the point and just get this over with.
Yep. I'm not dying easy. I am using the power veto on myself.
Okay.
All right. So now the ball is back in Mike's court. Who are you sending back to that presumptive Justin Timberlake-esque backstage as the second nominee? And was
All
this
right.
another backdoor target?
Michael, can you join us to reveal who your replacement nominee is going to be?
That's my plan ruined. I'm just gonna Eliza.
Eliza.
Oh, Eliza. No.
Eliza. Oh, what?
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
What's the reaction?
Well, right now I'm going to pretend that I'm fine, and then I'm going to go into another room and I'm going to scream really, really loudly, and everyone's going to be a little bit afraid, and then I'll be normal again.
Yeah, have your like Nick Cage-esque outburst, right?
Yes.
Just like, oh, come on, I can't believe it. You backdoored me. And then you
Mhm.
just move on from there.
Okay. All right. We will see you two back on eviction night. Okay. Get ready. Work on your speeches, Mike. But you and I need to talk through another day of events.
All right,
in
well,
the Big Brother house.
it was fairly eventful for Eliza last time. The question is, will she turn it on now that she's on the block, or will she try to fall into the back and see if other people will sort of bury themselves?
Okay. All right. Let's go through our events for the day. Alicia has received a punishment and is forced to wear a funny costume. Alicia.
Come on here, Alicia. Tell me about the outfit.
Yeah.
I guess since JD is the veto king, I'm gonna be the queen, and I have to wear a queen outfit with a scepter, but it's the Queen of Hearts, so it's a big giant playing
And what do you
card.
have to say as the Queen of Hearts?
Joker's wild, everybody. Joker's
Oh.
wild.
Okay. We're going to need you during the eviction to pop in and say your phrase also, okay?
No
Yes,
problem.
please. We're going to set off an alarm in the middle that will cause you to say Joker's Wild. I'm
Joker's
glad 'cause
wild.
it's about time that Big Brother really, talks about its fan community. And indeed, Joker's Wild. I think it's a really nice meta statement.
Okay.
Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
All right. Mike, what about this bond between Bonnie and Mike? What is she just sucking up to the HOH?
Oh, 150,000%. Look, she's a pet owner. She's an
Yes.
animal lover. She knows how to like tame those base instincts. She's a bearded dragon owner, Rob. She knows how to tap into
Yes.
those reptilian brain impulses.
Okay. All right. Then, okay. Alicia is having a breakdown. Okay. All right. Queen, can we have you come back?
Yes, Queen.
Clearly, I don't like this costume. I thought I looked
Alicia, you didn't say your phrase.
Joker's wild, everybody.
Okay.
I guess I don't like the costume. I thought I looked cute in everything I wore, no matter what it was, but apparently not this. The crown must be too tight. And I just can't take it anymore. If they don't fix it, I'm going to go.
Wow. All right.
Hang in there. Hang in there.
Some wardrobe. She's going to say off with their heads to the costume designers on Big Brother.
Okay.
Yes. Guess
All right.
Jokers really were wild for me.
So, such a great statement.
Okay. After borrowing an item from Julie, Timothy accidentally broke it.
Oh,
Timothy.
No, Timothy. What did you steal from Julie Chen Moonves? Was it less?
It definitely was her like some memorabilia. I was just so obsessed with it, but my bad, Julie. Sorry.
Yeah. It wasn't the Bible, was it?
Girl, I would never steal the Bible for Julie. She wouldn't even let out her hands. It was definitely like some like antique she bought just for like my grandmother and stuff, and it was very pretty. I was like, Julie, but I actually broke it. My bad.
It's true. I've glued it to my hands. That's why I'm not doing well in competitions.
Okay. All right. Then, Mike, that's it for today.
All right. Well, it's been a lot. We've had some stealings. We've had some threats to DOR from a costume, but alas, it is all settled down.
All right. So let's go ahead to eviction night and let's welcome Katie and Eliza back to the living room to tell us about why the house guests should vote to keep them. Okay, Katie, you're up first.
First, I want to say hi to my sister Patty, my mom, my dad, grandma. Love you. Love you, Taylor Swift. I'm one of your biggest fans. Can't wait to see you on tour next year. House guests, I know we're two strong women and we honestly both want to stay. But just pick me. That's all.
All right,
Eliza.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too worried. I know that we've been getting along so great. And, moving forward, if you want more delicious dinners cooked for you all, keep me around. I'm just going to be hanging out in the kitchen, making dinner, making friends. And everyone knows that I'm no real threat to them. So hoping to see you again tomorrow.
Wow, what people don't realize is that Eliza took Timothy's cooking and disguised it as her own, much like Principal Skinner.
All right. It is time to reveal the votes of your fellow house guests. Okay. So there are 10 votes. In the event of a tie, Michael will break our tie here tonight.
Joker's wild, everybody.
Thank you, Alicia. Fantastic. She may not love the costume, but she loves the punishment. So this is when Julie Chen Moonves looks to the camera while everyone's sitting down and says, Alicia's in a final 2 alliance with Eliza. Will she vote to evict her?
Okay. All right. Alicia has voted to evict Katie.
Yep, that makes sense.
Okay. Bobby has voted to evict Eliza.
Surprisingly quiet game for Bobby so far.
So far. It's under the radar. Okay. Bonnie has voted to evict Eliza.
Okay,
2
that
to 1.
is 2 to 1.
Humberto. See what he does. He has voted to evict Eliza.
3 to 1. And with him, we'll see if the other guys follow.
JD has voted to evict Eliza.
All right. One more and Eliza's done.
Julie Chen Moonves has voted to evict Katie.
Okay. JCM with a rogue vote here.
Okay. What's our count? 5?
5-5-5-2.
5-2. Leah has voted to evict Eliza.
I think that's it.
Robert has voted to evict Katie. Sarah has voted to evict Katie.
Oh, wait, maybe not. Maybe it could be a
5
tie.
to 4.
5 to 4.
Timothy has voted to evict Katie.
Ooh!
Okay, hold on. Yes. All right. Mike Bloom had early call that had to be reversed.
Yes, I apologize about
So-
that. That was the Jordan Kalish in me.
All right. So Michael is our HOH. And so he is going to have to break the tie live here tonight
Wow.
and tell us which of you is going to go home.
It's been a-
Michael,
it's been a rough week for you. It's only getting rougher right now.
Michael, you've had to replace one of your nominations. And now here you are. You have to break a tie between your two nominees. Michael, please tell us now who you choose to evict.
Well, this week has gone perfectly. The Puppet Master's way has been made. Eliza, you are evicted.
Wow. We thought that it was going to be a last-minute sway to keep Eliza in the house. It was not enough. Michael had the final say here, as this time the replacement nominee does end up going here. Eliza, you are the second evicted from the Big Brother Brant Steele house. What's the mood right now? How are you feeling at this moment?
You know, upset with myself. I think I let my heart get the better of me. I spent all day with Alicia, you know, I really wanted her to stay. I kept talking to her and about how great she looked, and you know, I spent so much time with her that I think I just like let it get to my head and didn't go talk to everyone else. So it's on me this time, I think.
You seemed a little overconfident heading into the eviction.
I really thought I was safe. I really bought Mike's ploy that I was just a random replacement, and I thought there was no way that I'd be going because the HOH didn't want it, but I guess I was wrong.
What words of wisdom do you have for Alicia right now, trapped in a costume in a house of people?
Joker's vote, everybody!
I'm sorry, that was a feeds leak. There's audio bleeding in, programming in my ear. What advice do you have for your tightest ally at this moment?
I just think, you know, she should be confident in herself because she's got great game instincts. She's been chatting it up with people. And I think as long as she doesn't doubt herself, she's going to do great. I really think she can go far. And I'm going to be offline cheering for her.
Okay. All right. Well, Eliza, so nice to have you as part of this season. We will see you back here on finale night. Okay. Have a great rest of your summer. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. All right. Mike.
Wow.
Let's now.
It's been an intense couple weeks so far. We've had an attempted blindside with a blindside on the HOH, and now a backdoor essentially where the person didn't realize they were being backdoored.
Yeah, it's been a wild season. Okay, here we go, Mike. Let's go ahead and see our final 12 house guests here and see what happens in our week 3 HOH competition. Okay, of course, check in with the alliances. Nothing really moving here.
Something's going on.
However, Mike and Robert dissolved.
Interesting. So they're still in there with Humby. Humby is now sort of like the kid keeping this family together. But Mike and Robert's final 2 deal is done. I would imagine that Rob didn't take terribly kindly to all the stuff that Mike was doing up in the HOH room.
Yeah. Rob, did you vote for Eliza this past week?
I voted for Katie last week.
Oh, okay. Well, you were voted for. How can you be the final 2 with somebody when your final 2 partner just voted out the person that you were trying to save?
I'm marching to the beat of my own drum, Rob. Nobody tells me what to do.
Okay.
Irreconcilable differences here, except for that one alliance that you are still in with him.
Okay. All right. Let's get to our HOH competition. Week 3. All right. Delivering the goods.
Okay, interesting. So this is sort of like a little OTEVy, where like they ask a question, you have to get 2 letters with the names of the correct house guests on them, and they become the new HOH.
And interestingly, Julie Chen is still asking the questions.
It's tough because she's not going to finish well because she has to. There's a bit of a delay in that she has to ask the questions and then hop into the ball pit.
So Julie Chen is hosting. Julie Chen Moonves is in the house.
Now that's interesting because so Julie Chen's a bit more normalized here, but Julie Chen Moonves is now the modern day version.
Yes,
of it. It's like looking at yourself in the mirror.
Yes. Okay. In the multiverse. Okay. All right. Competition comes down to Rob, Humby, and Bobby.
This is interesting. Humby could be our first back-to-back quote-unquote HOH. Bobby, this is his opportunity to really just like be able to come to the forefront. And Rob just had this big thing where he broke up with his #1 ally. He might need this.
Okay. And the HOH is going to be Bobby. All
Wow,
right, let's hear
Bobby,
from our new
welcome to the game.
HOH.
Oh my God, how unexpected, but what a good game to win. This is the
Expect
one
unexpected,
to win.
Bobby. Okay.
Exactly.
All right, Bobby. So you can celebrate, but you have a very important responsibility right now. We're going to need to know
I do.
2 people that are going to be up on the block.
And it should be said that Bobby throws an entire parade down the stairs while he is trying to put his keys in the block the entire time.
Absolutely. Yeah. I probably drop it. It rolls. It's been a fun couple weeks. I just want to really separate myself a little bit just from, I've been playing under the radar a little bit. So this is me and my stance. We made sure you didn't go out the first week, but I just haven't been feeling super close with you. So my first nomination is Leah.
Oh, okay. All right. Leah, how you feel about that?
I mean, clearly he feels threatened by me. We're both playing similar games. We're both kind of trying to play under the radar. Now he's jumped to the forefront. He's clearly taken a shot at somebody who's playing like him.
Yeah.
Okay. Bobby, we're going to need to know the second nominee.
Yes. I don't want to look like I'm threatened by powerful women. I am just colorblind. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to admit that in the house. But so to nominate the opposite against that, I'm going to nominate Robert here. Just to get like a man, woman. But I don't really have a target this week. I'm loving everyone so much. I do want to give you the chance. I would hate to backdoor you and let you, a gamer to gamer, not feel like you don't get to play in the veto because I haven't been able to play yet, and I would hate to be backdoored.
Not buying it. Not buying it one bit.
Wow. All right.
I see
Rob.
right through you, Bobby. I'm coming for you.
Yeah,
there's nothing to see. There's no thoughts.
Yeah.
This is Robert on Robert crime right now.
Right. Okay. Absolutely. Well, let's go to the veto draw and let's see who's going to be participating.
Boy, what a week for Rob. Loses his #1 ally, then gets nominated.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So let's see who's going to be in this week's Power of Veto competition. Okay. Bobby, you are selected house guest choice, and it's going to be Sarah.
Yep, this makes sense. BBS is having a good week right now.
Okay. Rob is going to go ahead and pull Bonnie.
Oh, that's a really good. That's not good for Rob. Really good for BBS. The entire alliance is playing now.
Okay, and then Leah is going to pull out from the bag Mike.
Okay, Mike probably looking to slip a little bit back under that radar after having such a big week, getting so much blood on his hand the previous week.
Well, I think that Rob is probably saying, boy, I wish I didn't break up being in an alliance with Mike right now.
Yeah, this may be one of the worst draws for Rob that I've ever seen in Big Brother. The entire alliance of the HOH plus the guy you just stopped being in an alliance with.
All right, so let's see what happens in the Power of Veto competition. Okay, so this is Pop Goes the Veto.
Oh, not this disgusting one. So this is spelling where you have to, this is the trombonist one that Steve Moses did in Big Brother 17.
Pop the pimples on the large face. No, thank you.
God, no.
Okay,
Save
all
that
right,
for TLC.
so it is Sarah, Robert, and Leah, and the person who wins the Power of Veto is going to be Sarah. Has won the Power of Veto.
Congratulations, Sarah. This is good for BBS. I'm going to imagine for the first time in 3 weeks that the nominations are going to remain the same, but I don't want to put words in her mouth. Let's see what she has to say.
Okay. So let's welcome Robert and Leah to the, and of course, Sarah to hear why she should use the veto. Rob, do you want to tell Sarah why she should use the veto on you?
Sarah, we haven't had a chance to talk much, but listen, I'm here for you if you need me.
Oh.
And I don't know if you can trust those people as much as you think you can. So just go ahead and use it on me and just, we can work together going forward. Final 2, me and you, baby.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, an offer of a final 2 deal during the veto meeting. That's a bold strategy.
Okay. And then how about you, Leah?
Sarah, I know we haven't really gotten a chance to really bond, but I would love to get to know you better. We just sent a woman out of the house. I really hope that we don't send another one. Please save me if you can.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and we will find out what Sarah is going to do with the Power of Veto. Sarah, will you use the Power of Veto?
it's two very compelling arguments. Rob, I wish that you came to me sooner with that, because I mean, coming right now in front of everybody, it's really hard to make a snap judgment on that. And Leah, I know what you said about us girls, and we really do need to look out for each other. But at the end of the day, I'm looking out for my alliance. I'm going to respect the HOH, and I'm not going to use the power veto.
Okay, the power veto will not be used. Okay, Rob and Leah, one of you will go home on eviction night. So we will see you back here on Thursday. All right. Mike Bloom, let's go ahead and take a look at what is going on in this wild Big Brother house. And let's start off here talking about
no.
A little bit of a feud between an alliance that has gone its separate ways. Okay, Mike is irrationally lashing out at Robert. Okay, do you want to hear from Mike? Or
Yeah,
you wanna
let's hear from
Rob?
Mike. Let's see why Mike decided to take a page out of Allie's book and do some lashing here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd rather not talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? We should hear Robert's side of the story first,
Yeah,
and then
let's
you
do
can
a he said, he
you
said
can
thing.
explain yourself, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is Mike doing?
I don't know. We're just sitting down, having dinner. He comes over to me and he's like, "Why are you drinking so much water?" And I'm like, "I'm thirsty." And this guy just throws a bottle of water in my face. And I'm like, "Hello, Julie. House guest Julie, host Julie. Are you going to allow this?" And
Yeah.
she said, "What do you expect me to do?" I'm like, "Get this guy out of here. Save me. Get this guy out of here."
Mike?
What can I say? You drink too much water, it's going in the face. Water's there to go on the body, not in the body. Sorry.
Wow. Really brings a new term meaning to Watergate, Rob. It's something that has rocked the house to its core. This could be the nail in the coffin for Rob here.
No, the house could feel bad for him after that. That was very rude. Okay. Then Alicia is eavesdropping about Timothy talking about targeting her. Alicia, what did you hear? Hold on, you're on mute. Unlike Timothy.
My
I
bad.
Timothy telling everybody that he wanted to vote me out because I didn't like his cooking. I mean, just because I don't like your cooking, you want to vote me out? What's going on with that?
Yeah.
I asked him to sing songs for me and everything, trying to like be friends with him, and he still wants to vote me out.
Alicia's only the only person to call Timothy out on the fact that he calls himself the chef, yet he makes everything in the microwave, and he got very angry about that.
Okay. How are you feeling, Alicia?
I'm feeling
Better?
a little bit better. I'm sad that my alliance member's gone, so that didn't really help, but she said some wonderful words to me before she left because she had a feeling she was going, so I'm going to do this for her.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Alicia. Okay. Then that was it. Okay.
Well,
Let's
I
go
mean,
to
that's it. We did have a full out, water-based fight in the Big Brother house, though.
Okay. Let's go to eviction night. All right. Robert and Leah can join us here. Robert can take a break from drinking all the water in the house. Okay. All right. So, Robert, can you tell the house guests why they should save you?
You should save me because I promise you, I'll go to the final two with you. Just give me a chance. I'm making the final two final two deal with everyone right here in front of everyone. Me and you, final two. I don't care who you are. Just take me to the final two with you. You'll win.
Yeah. Make an alliance with Rob. It's H2O. Okay. Then Leah.
Fellow house guests, I am very sad to be sitting here today, but at least I can confidently say that I haven't really made any enemies. I haven't caused any friction in the house, unlike the person sitting next to me. And also, if I make a final two deal with you, you know it's legit because I'm not making it with every other person in the house. So keep me. I'm loyal. Please.
Valid consideration. So will people go for transparency or desperation? These are the two topics on the table tonight, Rob.
All right, let's take a look. We have 9 house guests voting here. It takes 5 to evict. Let's see. All right, let's start with Alicia. Alicia has voted, and Alicia votes to evict Rob.
Hmm.
Bonnie has voted to evict Rob. That's 2.
Okay.
Humby has voted to evict Leah. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, 2-1.
All right. Rob is still alive. JD has voted to evict Rob.
3-1.
Julie Chen Moonves has voted to evict Rob.
4-1.
Katie has voted to evict Rob.
I think that's it. If
Rob will
my
be
math is
evicted
correct.
from the Big Brother house by a vote of
8-1.
8-1. Only
Wow.
Humberto voted to save Rob.
Well, I mean, that was part of his alliance, right? Obviously, Mike had a lot of bad blood, but Humby was still trying to Tommy Bracco style, like keep everything together and try to throw a vote his way.
Rob, this is a travesty.
Well, you know, they saw a threat and they had to get me out when they could because they would have kept me around longer. I was going to take control of this thing.
Yeah, so talk to me about what happened with Mike here. You came in as #1 allies. Usually, sometimes things break apart near the end, not in the first few weeks of the game.
Well, as America saw, Mike is a crazy person, and that's not the kind of person that I want to keep around. So, listen, I feel safer leaving the house, getting away from him, than staying in the house with that kind of crazy person.
Rob, it was commented in the house about how you drank so much water. Is that something that was only in the Big Brother house, or do you drink are you super hydrating outside of the house?
I'm always thirsty, Rob. I can't help it. And the fact that this guy assaulted me, I'm going straight to the police now. Because if I'm leaving the house, he's coming with me, but he's leaving in handcuffs.
He did throw the bottle of water in
Yeah, I
your
was gonna
face.
say let's not have an ejection 2 seasons in a row on Patron Big Brother Brant Steele.
Yeah.
To go home and get the footage from the live feed, and that's all I need. It's done. He's done. If he wins, all his money is going towards legal fees.
Rob, all right, we will see you back here on finale night. Thank you for being a part of this
Thank you.
amazing season. Okay. All right. All right, Mike, it is week 4 in the Big Brother house. All right. So let's go ahead and check out what is happening in our 4th week and find out who HOH number 4 is. All right. So in the meantime, we have some new alliances to check out, perhaps, and they are.
Right. So we know. So now we have a new final 2 deal between Humby and Mike. BBS was able to stay in power. Bobby, they controlled the entire week, right? Bobby won the HOH and Sarah won the veto. Should be noted, though, we talked about like perhaps these 2 alliances are being set against each other. They do have a commonality here in that Bonnie, Humby, and Mike are all in an alliance with Alicia as well. So it should be really interesting to see. Maybe this is the foursome that will secretly take over the game.
Okay. Mike, let's go ahead and find out who our next HOH is going to be. And we are going to see Hang 10.
Oh, it's an endurance
hang on the
challenge.
surfboard. All right. And so our top 3 finishers are going to be Humby, Timothy, and Katie.
Look at Humby constantly like hanging in there, hang-tenning in there with a lot of these HOH competitions. He was in the top 3 last time. He might just be the HOH again this time.
Okay. And so the winner of the HOH is going to be Humberto.
There we go.
Give me my key, bitch. Give me my key.
Humberto, our first 2-time HOH of the season.
Yeah, I'm ready to settle everything down. I'm not happy about what you guys did to my boy Robert. Everybody should be afraid.
Yes, you were the 1 vote.
Yeah, to keep Robert, and now you're getting revenge on the rest of the house.
You're ready.
Okay, well, we are ready, and we are prepared to hear your nominees for this week. So, Humberto, if you have them, we'd love to know who is going to be sitting on the block this week.
I definitely have them. And my first nominee is going to be Sarah. Sarah, please step to the block.
Oh, it's a repeat nomination for Humby. See if we can find no half measures. Let's see if we can finish the job.
Sarah, that you were the replacement nominee in Humby's first HOH week, and now here you are back on the block.
I mean, I can't say I'm surprised, and I called him out. We're enemies in this house, so I'm not surprised, but I already have 1 veto win under my belt. Let's make it 2.
Okay. All right. So then, who is your second nominee?
I must say, I am not worried about Sarah. I have bigger fish to fry. And he's not a wolf in sheep's clothing. I am. Bobby, step up to the block.
All right. Talk about revenge. This is for you, Rob. Bobby, you were the surviving Robert, but only perhaps by 1 week.
Oh no.
Okay. Bobby.
What do you say? What do you do? When you're HOH 50% of the time, conversations are going to look like I'm sucking up to you. So if I need to talk to you more, this is a good lesson for me to learn. I know, Sarah, I'm sure you have what you have planned in mind, and I can trust you. I'm sure.
Okay. I will see if
You'll
Bobby.
ride somebody off and break their leg and lose.
Clutching my pearls. I know.
Humbie's incredible. I love it. I love him as HOH.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens in our veto competition. Let's find out who's going to play in the veto first of all.
And this is interesting that essentially Humby, despite causing controversy, did nominate the 2 people that won competitions the previous week. So I think it could have been straight down the line, right? Of like, these are people that I'm not joined up with. Essentially, actually, the other 2 allies of BBS that I am in an alliance with. Let me get rid of those people to help bring Bonnie to my side.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Mike, we have something very special for this week, of course,
Okay.
for the veto competition, that we have a very special host for the veto competition.
Oh,
To
interesting.
join us at the house door. Ding dong. Who is it? It's podcaster Brant Steele winner Chappelle.
Daddy's home.
Daddy's home, baby. I'm back.
Chappelle, you're here to host the veto competition.
I am. It's good to be back here in the Big Brother house. Y'all know how it went.
What's it like
last
being
time.
back?
Yeah, let's like to look at it now from a viewer's lens.
Yeah, it's very different. You know, I'm watching these house guests play, and they just none of them measure up to me. You know, I really think that all of y'all are amateurs, but I'm here to kind of put my stamp on this season and make it watchable right now.
Were any of the house guests fans of Chappelle when they were watching?
Yeah, is there like a DR of like, oh my God, I love Chappelle on his season.
Oh, Rob H. says that not only was I assaulted in the house, I missed the Chappelle visit also.
All right, everyone is bowing down, kissing Chappelle's sneakers as he walks in. Careful, those are net a good price. Like, don't ruin those sneakers too much.
That's true. You know, y'all, last year at the Big Brother house, I found lust in my final 3 partner, Jenny Autumn, and we had a good run. And this year, I'm happy to be back to host this veto competition and see what happens, because the game has been crazy, but I'm here to shake things up.
Okay. All right. Chappelle, can you tell us how the veto competition? Actually, you're here for the veto draw also.
Yeah, he's gonna walk.
Yes,
He's actually gonna do the veto draw.
I'm going to do the draw. Matter of fact, I'm taking over for the time being. To get ready for a takeover. Yes. So for the veto, we have, of course, Humby, Sarah, and Bobby as nominees, and Humby's draw will be Leah. Now, again, I've been promoting the Brian Scally meme of Leah will not be the one eliminated from Big Brother this week. We root for Leah in this household.
I'm also pretty sure that Leah has played in every veto competition because she was drawn in the first 2. She was a nominee in week 3, and now she got drawn again.
Queen.
Okay.
Our second veto player would be Mike, all the way from London.
Okay.
Yes. And finally, for Bobby's draw, we have our last participant, Alicia.
Oh, not great, considering that Alicia is one of Humby's allies. Not particularly. I think Bonnie obviously would have been the big draw here, though she would have been between a bit of a rock and a hard place. But Sarah and Bobby are really going to have to look to win that veto and hope that BBS is able to bring the rest of the house to their side to protect them.
Okay. All right, Chappelle, can you tell the house guests how the veto competition is going to work?
All right. This veto is going to be called Gnome Drop.
Of course, Chappelle known for his gnome work inside of the Big Brother podcaster house.
You see it. Each house guest has a suspended gnome attached to 3 lines. One at a time, players will answer multiple choice questions by cutting a specific line attached to a target player's gnome. If the house guest answers the question correctly, the target player's gnome will fall, thus eliminating them from the veto competition. The last player remaining wins the power of veto.
Okay.
So the way this competition works is that there's going to be a gnome attached to a line.
All right, Chappelle, do you want to tell us who's eliminated from the competition?
Yeah, it was a tough start for Alicia, but she's the first one out, sadly. Second, we have, unfortunately for them, Sarah is the one finishing in 5th place in this competition.
Oh, no.
That's right, Mike. Oh, no. Bobby is finishing 4th in this competition. So our top 3 finishers in the veto competition are Humby, Mike, and Queen Leah. So
okay.
In 3rd place in the veto competition, we have Mike.
Okay.
So that means our winner and the new Power of Veto holder is Leah. You have won the Golden Power of Veto.
Oh, man. I kind of wish it was Humby just to get his reaction to having to take the veto from Chappelle.
Give me that veto, bitch.
Wow, Leah, it was Chappelle your good luck charm?
I honestly can't believe that I won a competition. I've been 1st and 2nd out every time. And Chappelle, thank you so much. You really turned everything around for me.
Yes, I knew you came to polish this competition off. And so I was very excited to root for you in this competition. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, Chappelle, are you leaving or are you hanging out?
I can do another round.
Okay, all right. Chappelle will stick.
Chappelle's gonna
around.
move into
He's
the
gonna
house.
Move in, just like Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, didn't Dan did Dan live in the BB Can house or did he just
he
visit for a
I think
day?
he stayed there one night. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
I've been
But
called the Rachel Riley of things before. I could be that right now.
Okay.
No one comes between me and my competition that I wasn't even in.
all right. Well, Leah, you have a decision to make because we have to have our power of veto ceremony, and so let's have the veto meeting and let's welcome Sarah and Bobby back. Okay. Sarah, can you tell Leah why she should use the power of veto on you?
I mean, Leah, we were in the opposite situation last week, and I didn't use the veto on you, so I understand if you wouldn't, but we've been bonding this week and painting our nails and everything, and I would really appreciate you using the veto on me.
Okay. Bobby?
Yeah, I was HOH last week and I did nominate you. Yeah, Sarah and I are kind of in a weird spot here, huh? It's funny to hear that you were painting nails since we were discussing color theory and you were teaching me so much. So funny that we both had the same strategy. Sarah and I are pretty similar, but I have placed average in every competition except for the thing where you had to randomly find things. So maybe I'm just lucky.
Okay. Leah, we're going to need to hear from you. Are you going to use the power of veto?
So this was a really tough decision. I really have bonded with both of you this week, but unfortunately, I just can't overlook what happened last week. Both of you had the chance to save me and you didn't. So unfortunately, I am choosing not to use the power of veto.
Yeah, those chickens come home to roost, unlike Chicken George, who got voted out in week 1.
Okay.
Bobby
All right.
or
Well,
Sarah is going to go here.
all right. So Bobby or Sarah, we'll see you on Thursday night. Okay. Let's see what happens. Chappelle, wait till you see what happens in the house this week. It's
I'm on the
another
edge of my seat.
wild week here.
Yeah, I mean, Chappelle has been the victim of one of these unfortunate house events, memorably.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Timothy told a heartfelt story about why he needs the money. Timothy, the Chappelle, I believe we have a live feed clip of Timothy sharing his heartfelt story about why he needed the money that we can go ahead and show you now. As long as that our
we don't need the clip. It's just because I'm Poe. Just so you know, and I'm Poe.
with the sound
Heartfelt,
clip.
my God, I'm
With the sound
crying.
clip. Okay. All right. And then also, Bonnie opened up the mic by sharing a personal story. Maybe we have the clip of Bonnie sharing that personal story.
That isn't the
Mike.
length of a vine.
Yes.
Well, my personal story is that before coming into the house, I took my pug to the vet and I found out that she has cancer, and it really brought me down.
Aww.
Wow.
My gosh, Bonnie lives such a long life and has a horrible story for a 20-year-old. Is Bonnie's 20? My understanding.
Yes,
Such
20.
loss at such a young age.
20, yeah.
Okay.
Very sad.
And then Bonnie, stay right here. Low rating on the stock watch this week also. So
Oh, no.
a lot of people did not seem to like the
Well,
story.
I had that blow up with JD in week 1, and I haven't been doing great in these competitions. So, I get it. It's part of my strategy. I'm laying low.
Okay. Mike, should people buy low on Bonnie in the stock watch?
Bonnie's in a really good spot right now. Remember, she is like in between two alliances. Now, granted, she is going to lose either Bobby or Sarah here, but she has a lot of outs at this point. And she might have just gotten Mike on her side as a possible final 2 partner, knowing what she's competing for.
Chappelle, this was surprising that she got such a low rating because I feel like that Melissa must have given her a 10 after that dog story.
Yeah, Melissa was really pushing hard for Bonnie to get to high rankings, but
Who else
Taryn
was
and
on the stock watch? Oh, Asia?
It was Asia. It was
Oh.
Asia. And she's a dog
It was
person
Amon.
too, but-
He gave Bonnie a 10 because of the dog story.
yeah, Asia was there too, but Taryn really dug his feet in, and he said, she doesn't know if Bonnie has what it takes.
Yeah.
There's been a couple opportunities where Bonnie could have used some information in the house to further her game, and so this week we really didn't see it. So I don't know. I think that the tide might turn in Bonnie's favor, but right now the stocks aren't looking good for her.
She hasn't won a competition.
It's not going to help. Yeah.
Very important.
To be fair, like Humvee's won half of them, and JD has as well. So it's field's a little thin.
Okay.
Right.
All right. It's eviction night. Let's find out what's going to happen. Okay, let's bring back Sarah and Bobby and see if we can hear what speeches they have for us. Okay, Sarah, why should the house guests keep you?
No, house guests, I've made my intentions very clear. I'm friends with all of you. We've all bonded over one thing or another. Bobby, I really hate that I'm going to have to see you go this week. We've been bonding over our Disney stories and just having so much fun with BBS, but I'm going to miss you so much. But house guests, you know where my chips lie. You know if I'm coming after you or not. And most of you, I'm not coming after you. I'm going after Humvee. So just keep me and we'll keep the target where it needs to be.
Okay. Bobby.
It does feel like the 4th week is usually when the loud white gay goes home, right? So what if we smash the hourglass and this time we send home the quiet under the radar girl with a strategy? I'm just here to have a good time, learn some things about myself. Let's have fun. Come on.
Okay.
All right. Let's see how
Lot
historical
to think about.
this ends up becoming.
All right. So let's go ahead and see our votes. 8 votes. So we do have the possibility of a tie. So maybe Humvee could have to break a tie here tonight.
No.
All right. Let's see. First vote. Alicia votes to evict Sarah.
Now, Bonnie's vote's going to be interesting. She has to choose between 2 of her allies here.
Bonnie votes to evict Sarah.
Ooh.
JD votes to evict Sarah.
All right, 3 for Sarah.
Julie Chen Moonves has voted to evict Sarah.
All right, so the best she can hope for is a tie right now.
Sarah.
Nope. Could this be unanimous?
Okay. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Sarah, what happened? By a vote of 8-0.
Wowie.
Sarah, you are evicted. Wow. Maybe that speech from Bobby.
I mean, who would want to be on the wrong side of history with that one?
I know, right? I mean, I can't lose. I mean, I tried, but that speech was just so powerful. I
mean,
props to Bobby.
We will mention
Yes.
It's still a week later, but it is still June. So I think it made a big
Yes.
difference.
June. It is June.
Yes.
Get over it.
Been there,
Yeah.
Get over it.
Been there.
It's June.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Okay.
know, I had fun. That's all
Well,
that
Sarah, how are you feeling? Because obviously Bonnie's between a rock and a hard place here. Are you sad that she ends up choosing you over Bobby to evict here?
I mean, not really. They were bonding a little bit stronger than me. I was kind of the third wheel on that, but I know that Bobby and Bonnie are going to take this and run BB with BB.
What was the highlight of the summer for you?
I mean, getting to see Chappelle. I mean, if we're going to be honest, we've been talking a little bit. He was giving me some strategy a little bit.
Oh.
We're both educators, so we're in that field together.
Oh, cut out. You lost. I did not know you. I've never seen you. I've never met you.
Is that why you put his hat on your dresser?
Exactly.
So, but
Sarah, you played a great game. It was very exciting to see you here. You could tell you learned from the Chappelle School of Big Brother. That's why they had to vote you out unanimously. You were too big of a threat.
I was going to come in at the end.
Exactly.
What are your feelings towards Humby at this moment? Tried to backdoor you. Plan failed. He succeeded this time.
It was a good fight. I never won HOH, so I didn't get to take my shot at him. So he won HOH twice. He tried to get me out. He was successful the second time. So I got nothing but good things to say about him at this point. It's just a game. Oh, Humby, it is just a game. You stop that.
Okay. Sarah, we will see you back here on finale night when we crown the winner of Big Brother patron. Brant Steele. That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye. All right. It's week number 5. Chappelle, what are the house guests thinking 5 weeks in now?
5 weeks in, and people should start looking toward the jury segment of the game. Is that correct? Or do you know what week we're starting?
I think this is the final week before the jury, right, Mike?
We started with 14, so we're doing a jury of 7. So
so this is one of the most important weeks of the game. You definitely either if you need to solidify yourself or your alliance in this week, it'd be a great time to win HOH or the veto.
All right, let's take a look at who's still in the house. It's Alicia, Bobby, Bonnie, Humby, JD, Julie Chen Moonves, Katie, Leah, Mike, and Timothy. Okay. Let's check out our alliances here going into this week. And the alliances are, few and far between. Humby and Mike, BB, Bobby and Bonnie.
BB in the BB house.
And then Alicia, Bonnie, Humby, Mike. What's up with this alliance, Mike? Is this real?
I mean, it seems like they're looking out for each other. They're maintaining power. At least like Humby and Mike were the ones that kept them safe. So yeah, I feel like they're sort of working together. I don't think they're all each other's number ones at this moment. Like it's clear Humby and Mike have loyalty to each other. Bonnie has loyalty to Bobby, but like I think they're trying to keep their bases covered under the radar.
Okay. All right. Chappelle, are you going to host the? Oh, wait, hold on. Humby and Mike have dissolved. Oh no.
Mike is he's criticizing everyone's drinking habits. That's the problem.
This is a big moment in the game. I mean, these two people have been power players in the competitions, and so
they're in half or 2/3 of the alliances are they're in.
Well, now it's only half.
Yeah.
So it could be anybody's move here. I mean, I wonder if somebody targets one of these power players right before the jury segment.
I do love this idea that like every odd week, it seems that Mike is either making an alliance or he's breaking an alliance.
All right, Chappelle, do you want to host the HOH competition?
Yes, that is why I'm here.
Okay. All right. This is like when Dr. Will was living next door to the house guests. Okay.
You mean like above
the house guests. All right.
Yeah, I put on shorts though. I think he was wearing like underwear, wasn't he? It was a very, very revealing picture of Dr. Will.
All right. Chappelle, what is this competition?
All right. This HOH competition is called Big Brother Disco. Woo! The house guests each hang from disco balls. If they fall, they are eliminated. The last house guest remaining on their disco ball is the new head of household.
Okay. All right. So
who's when JD makes a joke of like, I don't even know disco.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, JD's a baby. We get
Stole my line.
All right. So Chappelle, who's out of the competition?
Well, they had the live feeds on for this one, and we were all sitting around watching this. Twitter was a buzz to see what was going to happen, and so we were all sad, devastated, even to see Leah was the first one to fall off. Followed shortly after by Julie Chen Moonves, who we kind of suspect might have been throwing this one. Chaos Katie and the Chaos Katie stands were devastated when she went out next. Timothy, despite needing the money for Beyonce tickets, is out 6th. Bonnie finishes in 5th place.
Interesting.
And then Bobby. So now we have the top 3 finishers being Comp Beast, Mike, JD, and Alicia.
So this is interesting for our quiet foursome here, that, Mike and Alicia are both part of the alliance. JD, a little silent in and of himself. He won the first 2 vetoes when he needed to, and then basically has not been on anyone's radar. This might be the time he finally comes into power.
Okay.
All right. Our winner of the HOH competition is
It's
JD.
JD.
There we go. I didn't even know what disco was.
He didn't even know what disco was. That makes it so much more impressive, JD. It really does.
I'm
Okay.
impressed with myself.
JD, you have a big decision to make.
I
Okay.
do.
We need to know who is going to be nominated for the power of veto this week. First, what's in your HOH basket?
A lot of Kit Kats.
Okay.
My playlist has a lot of The Strokes, a lot of Radiohead. And my letter, I think my mom translated my dog's barks.
Oh.
Or maybe she just made it up. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. JD, who is going to sit on the block this week?
All right. I don't know why anyone else isn't doing anything about this. There is a clear threat in this house, and her name is Julie Chen Moonves. She literally runs the game.
Settle down,
And
JD.
no one... And everyone's just been too afraid to take a shot at clearly the biggest fish in the pond. And you know, this is the last round. This is the last round before jury. I don't want Julia in that jury house because I know that she'll be able to rig anything in her favor.
Fake
So
news.
that needs to so that needs to get nipped in the bud yesterday. And my second nominee, purely upon probably the person I have the least connection with in the house, so I wouldn't be too upset if things go awry. Bonnie.
Okay, Bonnie.
Oh, that's interesting. Arguably the most well-connected person in the house gets nominated as a pawn next to the target of Julie Chen Moonves.
Yes, Bonnie, how do you feel about going up on the block?
Well, JD says that I'm just a pawn, so right now I'm choosing to trust him and hope that that's true.
Okay. All right. We'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and see who's going to play in the power of veto. Okay. It is going to be, of course, JD, Bonnie, and Julie Chen Moonves. Okay. And so let's go ahead and find out who else will join you in the power of veto. Okay, Chappelle.
All right. JD's draw for the power of veto would be Chaos Katie.
Chaos Katie. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Bonnie's draw for the veto is Bobby.
Okay.
Yeah, house guest choice makes sense.
Okay. Is this the BB Alliance? Yes.
Yes, house guest choice. And then Julie Chen Moonves' draw for the final veto player is Queen Leah.
5 for 5. Tyler Crispin wished he had the luck of Leah when it came to the draw. Lucky Leah, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is going to work out for Julie. Jesus wept.
All right. Chappelle, what's this next veto competition?
The power of veto competition this week is called One Giant Leap.
Oh, yeah.
House guests enter the backyard, which is decorated to look like the surface of Mars. Attached to a rope, they must glide back and forth between 2 platforms to complete a puzzle. The first house guest to complete this puzzle wins the golden power of veto.
Yeah, if I remember this correctly, I believe this is the one that Ian Terry came back to host a la Chappelle and Big Brother 15, where everyone was like dressed up in really awkward macrame, paper mache spacesuits, and like Ian looked visibly uncomfortable doing the entire thing.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
All right. So let's go ahead and then find out who's out of the competition, Chappelle.
Bobby's out first, followed closely behind JD.
Oh.
Julie Chen Moonves also out. So that leaves our final 3 being Bonnie, Leah, and Chaos Katie.
All right.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. So let's find out the winner of the power of veto, Chappelle. It is going to be
the winner of the golden power of veto,
Oh,
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
All right. She said she was safe, but she's guaranteeing it now. Winning the power of veto, Bonnie is hers. Let's see though if and when she uses it, who will JD nominate, especially considering he needs to find another pawn.
Okay. All right. JD. Stand by. Okay. Let's find out. And let's get our veto. I guess Julie Chen Moonves, that her speech.
Yes, please, Rob.
Let's see. Okay, here's Here's her speech.
Hot Buns Tour.
Okay.
Wow. Honestly, a little like bodacious from a flirtation perspective, but you gotta do what you gotta do in the Big Brother house.
I respect
You
it.
won me over. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then Bonnie.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You heard what Julie Chen Moonves had to say. What do
I
you
did.
plan to do with the power of veto?
Well, this is probably the easiest decision I've ever had to make. I'm not going to use it on anybody else. I'm going to use it on myself.
Oh, all
I'm
right.
staying here.
A little bit of a
Okay.
swerve there. Bonnie does a big-
Okay. All right. So let's find JD. We need to get a replacement nomination.
So I'm putting a lot of faith in the house. I've made my target known. I have to put up another pawn out of the virtue of the game. So Katie, you should be fine this week, but you need to go on the block.
Wow.
Okay, Katie. Chaos Katie. See. Okay.
Oh,
Can we hear you,
she's
Chaos
shrouded in
Katie?
darkness right now.
Yes.
I'm still here. Yeah. I'm in a dark place right now because I don't know what's going on. But I'm gonna trust JD. Better not be lying to me.
Okay.
You'll be
it's gonna
fine.
be
Kick your feet up.
Katie and Julie Chen Moonves on the block.
Wow.
This Thursday night. Julie, are you worried?
Be not afraid.
Okay. All right.
That means
Find
not
out.
afraid of bees. I'm not worried when they come in.
All right. Let's go to our house events here in week number 5. Here we go. All right. House events. Let's see. We have Katie holds a house meeting to apologize for her behavior in the house. It is well received.
All right, this is good timing for Katie.
Okay. Katie, do you want to just give us the quick apology?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mess around with Julie or
God.
anything. So yeah.
Okay.
Chaos Katie.
Yes,
Katie, when I
you.
offered you my hot bun tour, I meant that
I'm eating
rhetorically.
cereal, so
She said be the good, not be the
That
bad.
slop? Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Katie.
no
All right.
cereal.
Okay. All right. JD gets gift by BB Twitter, and the internet is standing him.
Yeah, I think everyone has been sort of like bagging on Julie Chen Moonves, right, for like years and years.
Yeah.
JD finally did the damn thing, as he said in his speech.
We
People
actually,
love it.
Mike, we have a clip of the GIF. If I
Oh,
can
I'd
bring
love
it
to
up on
see
the
this,
screen.
yeah.
Yes. Let's see the GIF of JD.
So in my head, this is actually in the HOH comp, and it was a cut to a diary room and me asking, "What's a disco?"
Okay, is it
Yes,
on the bottom? Where like what was the reaction you did for what's a disco?
I love
think
it.
the Facebook monster
Yeah.
got a lot of mileage out of that.
Yeah, when they're like, when I turn on to Paramount Plus and try to watch Star Trek, what's a disco?
What's a disco? Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Chaos Katie is the target of a wall yeller who said
Oh,
Katie
no.
is running the game. Chappelle, what did they say?
Listen, I'm telling you, Twitter has been ablaze. Chaos Katie has had the internet running amok for weeks at this point. So I'm not shocked that people are yelling because they know that Katie is the big threat here.
Okay. Not a great time for Katie, who's on the block, for the wall yeller to show up.
Yeah, her game has been pretty stealthy, but I'm telling you, if you leave it to Big Brother Twitter, they're gonna shut this down.
Okay. Let's go to Thursday night.
Wow. All right. So this is really indicative. Do house guests trust their own opinion or the wall yellers?
Okay.
Only time will tell.
All right. Why don't we get Katie to come up here and maybe address what the wall yeller had to say? Okay. Katie, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Whatever you guys heard, it's not true. Honestly, I am just here. Never watched the show in my life. I honestly just want to get to jury and just have fun.
All right. Compelling thing. Just get me to jury where we can have fun. Julie, what do you have to say? I'm sure you like to talk about having fun on jury.
Okay. Here's Julie. Hold on. Let me see if I can bring in Julie's Julie's comments.
Julie stands there for 20 seconds in silence, staring at everybody.
Sounds about
Yeah.
right.
Okay. All right. So unfortunately, I don't have the Julie Chen Moonves quote that I thought I did. Okay. Let me see.
It was only a matter of time before the chin bot malfunctioned, and so this feels right about
Here,
right.
let's see. How about this?
No, let me tell you something. What happened? You stuck your neck out for her. You didn't clue in the women in your alliance.
Oh.
That planted seeds of doubts in their head
Right.
against you. They were
Right.
blindsided.
Right.
And that was the beginning of the end for you.
Communication.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Who
Damning words
is
for
she
JD.
talking to?
Gotta be
Brent
talking
Champagne?
to JD here. Yeah, in real life, yeah. I think it was Brent.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Whoa. Nice.
Oh, it was Joey Lawrence.
Even worse.
All right. Sorry about that. Let's go to our votes here. All right. So let's see how the House voted here.
All right. JD told everybody we got to get Julie Chen Moonves out, but will they beckon or will the robot revolution happen tonight?
Okay. Here we go. Only 7 votes.
Yep.
Alicia votes to evict Julie.
Okay.
Bobby votes to evict Katie.
Interesting.
Bonnie votes to evict Julie.
2-1.
Humby votes to evict Julie.
3-1. One more and she's donezo.
Leah votes to evict Julie.
Wow. Did Bobby throw out a sympathy vote for Julie Chen Moonves?
Looks that
Mike
way,
votes to
yeah.
evict Julie, and Timothy votes to evict Julie by a
Wow.
vote of 6-1. Julie, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
And then her face just melts, revealing a metallic exoskeleton a la the Terminator.
Okay. Yes. Very, very sad. So
There you go.
yeah.
There you go.
Julie Chen Moonves will never serve on a jury. It's official
Mhm.
now, either as a
Yes.
host or as a pre-juror.
Right.
Chappelle.
Well, luckily, her husband is probably in prison. So there's that. No.
Whoa, that's wild.
That's a throwback.
Yeah.
Please don't curse. Please don't curse.
Okay.
I would never.
All right. Julie Chen Moonves, we will see you back here on finale night when we crown a winner of BB Brant Steele for the patrons.
Don't
Chappelle,
worry, I live here now.
Yes.
I've welded myself to the ground.
Chappelle, were you going to stay or did you want to bow out?
No, this is my exit. It's been a great time doing the Big Brother takeover and getting to meet these house guests and getting to evict Julie Chen. It's really been something on my bucket list for a very long time. So thank y'all for having me. It's been a blast.
Okay. Thank you, Chappelle.
Thank you,
Congratulations
Chappelle, as
again
always.
on being one of the greatest Big Brother Brant Steele players of all time.
I'm going to be at least top 2 after this one. So
Mhm.
yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Bye, Chappelle.
Yeah,
all
what
right.
Chappelle didn't say is that Julie Chen Moonves like manually dragged him out as she was like, I'm taking him with me.
Mary. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Mike, let's meet our contestants. One of these players will be the winner. Another will
Yes.
be in the final 2, and the rest will be on the jury.
No robots to be found here. These are all authentic flesh and blood people. We have Alicia, who lost her closest ally, had a meltdown with her costume, was able to rally. Bobby won HOH, found himself in trouble the very next week, lost his ally in the process, but was able to sneak by. Bonnie, the most well-connected person in the house. Humby, who has been definitely the loudest presence, but has been well insulated by his allies to stay safe. JD, who is now in the lead for competition wins, just made a huge move in taking out Julie. Katie, who recently just survived the block. Leah, one that the community is standing, participating in every veto competition. Mike, who seems to be getting in fights with his closest allies every other week. And Timothy, who has been kind of sliding under the radar, but has made it very clear why he needs the money.
Okay. All right. So, Mike, let's go ahead and see what happens here next with our alliances. And so we're down to just 2 alliances in the house. It's the BB Alliance, Bobby and Bonnie, and then Alicia, Bonnie, Humby, and Mike.
Yeah, so it looks like, Bonnie is the one that has a couple of outs at this point. Humby and Mike are no longer in a final 2 alliance, so they're probably wary to bring each other, but they're still looking to work with Bonnie and Alicia. That still leaves a lot of room. If one of these 4 / Bobby do not end up winning HOH, there's a chance that they could go up.
Okay, let's go to our HOH competition. And so it's S'more the Merrier.
Yeah, so
And
this is the one where you looks like a slip and slide, I think.
Okay, it is down to Alicia, Katie, and Humby.
Oh, this is
And-
good for the foursome.
Okay, it is going to be a new HOH, and it is going to be, Alicia, congratulations. You're the new HOH.
All right, you can finally get out of that costume and slip into the HOH robe.
Mhm.
Jokers are still wild, everybody, though.
Yes. Okay. Alicia, you have a big decision to make. Okay. 2 nominees.
So, my first nominee, I think this is going to come as shock to nobody. I heard that he was coming for me. He makes the worst food imaginable. It's worse than the slop that we have to eat. I'm nominating Timothy.
Wow. Okay. He's in hot water, much like the chicken he attempts to boil on the stove.
Okay. Timothy.
My camera's disabled.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. We'll work on that. Tell us about why.
I mean, okay, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, girl, like I'm definitely not a quiet person, but yeah, I definitely felt tried when you tell like I finally want to cook, and then she could not wait to come for me with my cooking. So yeah, I definitely took it personally, but it's cool. I've been flying under this whole time. I'll definitely fly back under.
Okay, Alicia, who else is nominated for eviction?
And I'm sorry to do this. I really don't want to do this, but I need a pawn because I need to get Timothy out of the house. I am going to vote Leah. Everybody loves her. No one is going to vote for her. But sadly, she's my pick as just a pawn. I love you, girl. You're not going home, I promise.
Okay.
Leah, what's the reaction right now? Second time on the block for you in the past 3 weeks.
I mean, I don't like it, but I do understand it. And Alicia and I had a conversation before this, and so it wasn't really a surprise. I'm just hoping that she's not lying to me and that I'm going to be safe.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and see our nominations for our veto draw here. Okay. All right, Mike. Let's see who's playing in the veto competition this week.
The good news is Leah's guaranteed to play in the veto, so the streak continues.
Okay. All right. So it's Alicia, Timothy, and Leah. All right. So Alicia is going to take Katie, Chaos Katie, in the veto. Then Timothy is going to draw Bobby to participate.
Interesting.
And Leah is going to get house guest choice and select JD.
Now that's interesting. Could it be a thing of like, well, maybe JD is most likely to win a veto, and maybe he feels indebted to me if I pick him to use it on me?
Now, JD, he does have 3 comp wins on the season, so a bit of a comp beast. Let's go ahead and see what happens in the veto competition. And so we see JD finishes last.
Oh, it's the morphomatic. Oh yeah, this is his one flaw with matching
one
faces
weakness.
up.
Okay. It's Katie, Timothy, and Alicia.
All right. Our one of our nominees are HOH and Arando.
Okay. And the holder of the power of veto is going to be Alicia.
Wow.
So the first time this season that the HOH has won the veto.
Congrats to Alicia. Is there a big plan you have instated at the moment?
Yeah, I've been kind of quiet for a little while. I had that breakdown. I figured I needed to stay on the radar. So I needed to just remind people that I am here. I can be used as a number. I have, I've told everyone who I'm working with who I want. So I need to keep the nominations the same so I can get out who I want.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and hear the speeches from our nominees. Okay. Here comes Timothy and Leah.
Okay, well, we're doing veto or we're doing votes?
We'll do veto first. So Timothy, why do you think the HOH that nominated you should use the veto on you?
I mean, no one would see it coming. Like, they know we're beefing. Like, we could work in that and no one would see it. But, we could find this new mutual respect if you use a veto on me. So please.
Okay. Leah.
I know we've had our conversations, Alicia, and I know you've assured me that I'm going to be safe, but obviously I would feel a lot more comfortable if I had that veto around my neck. But you have to do what you think is right, and I hope it includes saving me.
Okay. All right, Alicia.
You
What are you
know,
going to do
I'm
with that power veto?
I'm really sorry. I would love to save Leah, but I can't take the chance of my target going home, not going home. So I'm not going to use the power veto.
All right.
Timothy.
All right, Timothy, Queen Leah. We will see you both on Thursday night when one of you will be the first member of our jury. Okay. Mike, let's see what's going on in this house. You ready?
All right. Yeah, let's see. Jury has started, so people feel like there might be a bit of a safety net there. Will they start doing some wild things?
Okay. Mike,
Oh.
so the pressure of the game is getting to Leah, leading her to have a public emotional breakdown.
Well, what certainly isn't helped is the fact that she's finally run out of her favorite nail polish color. It's something that she likes to go to in times of stress that has quite literally dried up, and so her tears have not.
Okay, Queen Leah, hopefully we will see her bounce back by Thursday. How are you doing, Leah?
It's tough. I'm not gonna lie. I am trying to stay positive and keep thinking about how I made the jury this time. So at least I have that. But it's tough being on the block. It really is, and you never know what's gonna happen.
Okay. All right, hang in there. All right. Katie has now received a low rating on the stock watch this week.
I mean, it could have been this thing where I see Taryn being like, well, she survived last week's eviction, but she hasn't capitalized on it, and she's not in the majority. So I'm going to give her a 2, and then just see the reactions from everybody.
Yeah, I don't know what the fan vote was. Who was on the stock watch this week?
I'm pretty sure it was Chantel. And it's interesting, actually, because I do believe her room was raided by a bunch of Katie friends who then knocked on the door to talk about the fact and lambast her for giving her such a low rating.
Okay. All right. Then a banner flew over the backyard, Mike, and you won't believe what it said. Alicia is not to be trusted.
Now, this is interesting because I got firsthand intel. This was a plane hired by none other than Eliza, who is attempting some reverse psychology here of trying to get people to bring Alicia to the end by saying, okay, people can't trust her. She's hated by America. She's a goat. People should want to take her to the end because they're not going to vote for her.
Yeah, she's the HOH, so she doesn't have to worry about it this week, but could be something that people hold in the back of their minds for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't know.
No. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh,
Bonnie
no.
has a sudden outburst and walked from the game. Bonnie.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
What happened?
Oh no, I was really worrying about my pug and I just couldn't take it anymore. I didn't know how she was doing. I haven't been able to win an HOH to get a letter and know that she's okay. And it was just too much.
Bonnie, you were in the only 2 alliances in the game.
I know. I tried to keep it together as long as I could, but I just couldn't anymore.
Bonnie, how are you doing?
Well, not good, obviously. Just, gonna try to gather myself and hopefully my pug's okay at home.
Bonnie, are you going to stay in the jury or are you going to leave the jury house?
I did commit to being on the jury if I made it that far. So I think if I can at least just get a message that she's okay, I can stick around for jury.
All right. Well, we did have JD's mom translate the dog whoops as well in your letter.
Okay.
So your dog is okay. So the good news about that, let me just say, age is just a number, but the fact that you played so well as a 20-year-old, it's just incredibly inspiring to all of us. So thank you.
Thank you.
Bonnie, we wish you well, and we will see you back here on finale night when you will help decide the winner of
All right.
Big Brother Brant Steele.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Now,
Wow.
Mike,
Rob,
not to trivialize what Bonnie just went through, but this is a really tough blow for Alicia.
Oh, I mean, listen, if I had one word to describe that eviction for her, it'd be woof.
She won the HOH. She won the veto. A banner plane flew over the house and said, don't trust her. And then this week's eviction is going to be canceled. And she does
Yeah.
not get her target, Timothy, out of the house.
Nor, Leah is someone who also has a little bit of acrimony against her. She loses one of her tightest allies as well. Now it's just down to 3. This is really tough any way you cut it. Obviously, it was a very emotional week for everyone involved, but it might be, if you had to pick one person to like shake up the house the most with a sudden eviction, I think Bonnie was honestly at the top of that list.
Wow. Okay. Expect the unexpected, Mike. So
yeah, you think Julie Chen-Moonves is pissed that she lost out 1 week and then the quitter ended up leaving?
Okay, so we're down to the final 8
Final
here.
8.
And so let's have our new HOH, and I believe Alicia can't even play in the HOH this week.
She went through the whole thing and lost the entire opportunity to get her target out. Oh, something's happening here. A new alliance, Alicia and JD. Our previous 2 HOHs.
The last 2
coming together
HOHs.
here.
So Alicia, everything was looking bad, but sometimes it turns out that chaos is just an opportunity. So Alicia formed a bond with JD, a new alliance.
I felt bad that he didn't know what disco was. So me being a Gen Xer and being around in that time period, I decided to give him some dance lessons and introduce him to Donna Summer.
Wow. Well, Jade, that means you're both hopefully guaranteed to be
Donna
staying
Summer,
alive.
Steve. Yes. Okay. All
I'm
right.
just really grateful that Alicia's, taking me under her wing.
All right. Well, let's see what happens next. Okay.
Now,
we need
and
a
now
new HOH.
Alicia takes the Bonnie spot, right, of being in the most alliances in the game.
All right. This is House Guest Soup.
Oh, yeah, this is the Amy sit in the tub as long as you can challenge.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's Humby, JD, and Bobby. And the
Okay.
winner is going to be Humby, the 3rd time. Humby 3X.
It's time to stop playing Big Baby and start to play Big Brother.
Yes,
Oh.
exactly.
I would say, does that mean he's coming out of BB? But BB is now down to just B. It's just Bobby now, which is good. I mean, Humby did lose one of his closest allies here in Bonnie, so I think he's going to be looking for a little bit of revenge here.
Okay. All right. So, Humberto, for the 3rd time this season, we need to hear your nominations of who you'd like to see on the block this time.
Yeah, so Julie, I have decided to nominate Katie because she's so useless. She hasn't done anything in the house. And also, Bobby, your shit has hit the fan, point blank in the period.
Okay, for the 2nd time, Humberto has put Bobby on the block.
Bobby's the new Sarah.
Okay, and Katie. All right, Katie, your reaction?
I don't know what to say, but I'll throw.
Throwing cereal at Humby.
Wow, the ants are having a field day right now. They're loving this.
Wow. One of the most memorable nomination ceremonies of all time. Okay, Bobby.
Yes, I agree. My shit has hit the fan. I will call BS because both Bonnie and Sarah have left me from this game. Sarah announced our alliance week 1, kind of bold strategy. And now I'm up against fan favorite. This feels very Janelle versus April, and I'm April. And I start crying.
Uh-oh. Be on the lookout for what's going on with Bobby's dog back home. We'll see if any letters come about.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get to our veto draw and see what is going to happen in our power veto.
Only 2 people not playing in the veto this time around, Rob.
All right. Let's see. And our veto ceremony. Okay. So first up is going to be Humberto is going to draw JD to participate. Okay. Then Katie is going to get house guest choice and choosing Alicia. Okay.
Interesting.
All right. And then Bobby draws Leah to participate. She's back.
The streak continues. 7 for 7, baby.
Okay. All right. So let's get to our power veto ceremony. Somewhere over the veto. And the top 3 are Alicia, Bobby, and Katie.
Okay.
And the winner of the power of veto is none other than Bobby has
Oh!
won the golden power of veto.
I think Bobby's good in like the short spurts. I think the HOH that he won, right, is like where you like run out and grab the balls. Bobby, and this time around, it was the infamous like clown shoe-esque competition where they had to grab 2 4-leaf clovers and then ring in.
Okay, Bobby, your back was against the wall.
What are you going to do when everyone leaves you? I have no idea how to play this game from here. I want it to be in a majority alliance.
Okay, Bobby. All right. So, Katie, you have an opportunity now to tell Bobby why he should use the power veto on you and not on himself.
Bobby, we have bonded so much over the last couple of weeks, and I don't see you using it on me. And congratulations. But if you would love to, I would greatly take it off your neck myself.
Okay. Interesting. A little bit of a threat, a little bit of persuasion tactic. Let's see what Bobby does.
All right, Bobby.
Katie, Caddy, if I could take this piece of plastic and break it in half and share it with you, I would. I love you in this house. Our funny little dance breaks that we do. You know them. But unfortunately, I'm going to be using the power of veto on myself.
Wow, and none for Katie Butler, Bobby said. So we turn to Humby here. Who is going to be your replacement nominee?
You know what, Julie? I'm tired of seeing green bananas turn yellow. Oh wait, that's another show. Leah, take the seat.
Ooh, Leah.
2 in a row for Leah here. She's nominated in as many veto competitions as she's participated in, basically.
Better win one.
Leah, what's your reaction to being put up on the block by Humberto?
It's disappointing. I feel like I have voted with the HOH every time that Humby has been HOH. I voted with the house. I've supported him. I just don't know. I don't know what I could do differently.
You do nothing, Leah. Nothing.
Okay. Why don't we see what happens in the house, and then we will check back in with Leah and Katie on eviction night, Mike. Okay.
Right. Let's see. The house, I'm sure, is going well, considering that the last time we did have a DOR canceling an eviction. Let's see if it's tamer by comparison.
All right. Leah has had a house meeting to apologize for her behavior in the house, and it was well received. Okay.
Okay. Good timing. Unless there's another wall yeller, I think Leah might be in the position that Katie was in a couple weeks ago.
Okay. JD opens up to Bobby by sharing a personal story. JD, we have a clip of this personal story that he told to Bobby.
Yeah, you know, Bobby, and I know you relate to this as a fellow dog owner. I've just been really worried sick about my dog, and ever since Bonnie quit the game last week, it's been having me a little worried myself. So thank you for listening to me and letting me vent a little about missing my beloveds at home.
Okay. Very personal story. All right. Then Humberto makes an effort to improve relationships in the house. I don't believe it.
I mean, listen, about time, right? I think he realized, like, oh, crap, it's jury. Oh, yeah, maybe. And especially he is the HOH, right? So I think he wants to try to dull the blow a little bit, considering that he's going to evict somebody here.
Maybe. Okay. Let's go to our eviction night. And let's bring in Katie and Leah to tell the house guests why they should keep them. All right, Katie, you're up first.
I just want to say hi to Mom, Dad, Patty, and Grandma. I love you all. Again, Taylor Swift, can't wait to see you next year. House guests, I am not a threat at all from even what you might have heard. But my target is Humby. And I will go after him if I have to, if I stay. And I will bring out my pots and pans.
All right.
Leah.
Timothy brings a different meaning. He's going to start cooking with them instead of banging them.
House guests, this is a little strange to be back here again. I thought that I had survived after our unfortunate week last week, but here I sit. I can only say that I don't think that I've done anything to really deserve to be here, and that perhaps I am not the target. So let's see what happens.
All right, bold
Planting
statement
a
to put out
seed.
there. Yeah, of like, hey, I'm not the little Jedi mind trick if I'm not the target.
Yeah, did you consider that, House? Okay. All right. So let's see how everybody's going to vote here tonight, as we are down to only
5 votes.
5 votes. All right. No chance of a tie, though, here tonight. Let's go ahead and see. Our first vote is Alicia. Alicia votes to evict Katie. Bobby votes to evict Leah.
Oh, interesting. 1-1.
JD votes to evict Katie. Mike votes to evict Leah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Should be noted that the foursome did not vote together here.
Let's go live to Timothy.
Yeah.
The swing
And
vote.
then Timothy, we need to know, who do you choose to evict?
Shoot. Oh, shoot. Is my chat not working? I'm not getting a message.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
We need
an answer.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay, there we go. I got it.
No script, no programming in your ear.
Okay, I got
All
it.
right. All right.
Okay, I made my decision. Okay, I'm making a decision on who I think will keep me safe, and obviously go after Alicia. So unfortunately, Katie, I have to vote to evict you.
Oh, all right.
Katie, by a vote of 3-2, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
And all that relationship work on Humvee goes right in the toilet after that, like the electric toothbrush.
Okay.
Katie. Oh my goodness. Here you are. Congratulations, though. At least you made the jury. To
I
quote
know. I'll
Maria.
take it. I'll take that as that's a win for me. I can go and relax by a pool and not worry about cameras being on me 24/7, looking so perfect.
So now, what are your feelings towards Humvee? Because like,
He's a liar. He's a hypocrite. He's self-centered. He's a jackass. So yeah, he's not a good person, in my opinion.
Katie, what was the best part of this experience for you?
I loved meeting everyone in a house, and it might have not seemed like I had a really alliance together, but I know I made really great friends throughout the house, and I'm so thankful for this opportunity.
I thought you at first said I loved me. And
I do love me
That was my
too.
favorite thing about the house.
I do.
Well, Katie, I will have you know that Chappelle is essentially the Sia of Big Brother, and he does have a prize of 2,000 Bitcoin that he'd like to
Yes.
wire to your account directly when all this is said and done.
2,000 Bitcoin.
What is that
Roughly
in US dollars?
negative 3
Mhm.
cents, unfortunately.
great.
But it's the thought that counts.
Chappelle has 2,000 retweets that he is going to be giving to you.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much, and
Mhm. Yes. All
glad
right.
I don't have to see Julie in the house anymore.
All right, Katie. You will join Bonnie in the jury house. All right. And we'll see you on finale night. All right, Mike. Let's go ahead and go to our week 8.
Yeah, week number 8, only 7 players left in the game. There is a threesome that is pretty formidable at this point, despite the fact that they are not 4. The question is anyone going to take a crack at them right now?
Alicia, Humby, and Mike. Or Alicia and JD. Boy,
Something
Alicia's
else
got
is
a lot
happening.
going on.
Something else is happening here.
Something else is happening. Alicia
Oh.
and JD, it was too good to be true. The alliance was short-lived. Let's find out what happened.
Oh boy, JD, come on here. What happened? What happened between you and Alicia?
You know, I just felt like she wasn't looking out for me. She had other people she was prioritizing in the game. So I jumped ship.
Okay. Let's see how that fares here as we are into the final 7. Alicia, you had so many alliances.
Yeah, Jokers were wild, and so were her alliances.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get to our HOH competition and our week 8 HOH. It comes down to Alicia, Leah, and Mike.
Interesting. So we have 2 members of that trio, and Leah, who was just, nominated for the umpteenth time.
And Leah is the new HOH.
And you know what this means? Guaranteed to play in the veto, baby.
Leah, look at you.
I know. I can't believe it.
Okay.
Leah, what are you getting in your HOH basket? What's your CD of choice?
Oh, it's definitely like a Broadway playlist of like the greatest hits of Broadway. Maybe some Hamilton.
Oh,
okay. Well,
Leah,
let's see if you're gonna go for that trio that's been taking over the house. Are you gonna wait for it and try to get in the HOH room where it happens?
And so, Leah, this is your first HOH stint in your Big Brother career. So please let us know what 2 players are going to be nominated for eviction.
Oh, so this is a tough decision. I truly feel like I've gotten to bond with all of you. But unfortunately, there was some friction early on in the game that's still kind of weighing on my mind. And so for that reason, Bobby, I need to nominate you. And I will also be nominating Timothy. I'm really sorry. I just feel like we haven't really gotten to bond like I've bonded with everyone else in the house.
Okay,
Wow.
Bobby and Timothy.
Look at Humby doing the work to essentially avoid getting directly nominated here after putting Leah up the previous week. Though, to be fair, a lot of people did.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, Bobby, how are you feeling at this moment? Yeah, yet another nomination for you.
This is not the Big Brother experience that anyone dreams about. But I totally understand. I know it's not personal, it's gameplay. I get it. No hard feelings, and thanks for letting me get to play for sure. That's not a thing at this point. Never mind.
I was gonna say the veto could still happen. Timothy, what's going on with you so soon after being nominated for the first time?
Oh shoot! Yeah. I can't believe you jumping on the hate train that Alicia's starting. Like you can make a big move, but of course, let's play the give Humby $500,000 game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's see what happens in the Power of Veto. Let's see who's playing.
Only one person will not be playing in the Power of Veto this time around.
Okay, and let's find out who it is. And so, Mike, here we go. Week 8, Power of Veto. And so we find out that Leah is going to draw Humby.
Okay.
Humby in the veto. Okay. Then Bobby is going to draw JD.
Mm-hmm.
And Timothy draws Mike.
Mike kind of faded out of existence after that week 2. I mean, granted, he did then proceed to blow up at both of his tightest allies. So him and Humby have been doing pretty good work of like being fairly negative presences in the house, yet still doing work in the game.
Under the radar. Okay. All right. And so let's find out who wins this very important Power of Veto. And that is going to be, as we see, the winner of the Power of Veto. Oh, Otev week.
The brokenhearted beaver.
Brokenhearted beaver. And so the winner of the Power of Veto between Bobby, Timothy, and Humby is going to be, it's Bobby once again. Bobby
2 in a
has
row.
the block.
Wow. Wowie. Look
I
at
was
this.
wrong. This is the Big Brother experience you want. I want Otev. Are you kidding me? I'm staying here another week. That's all I care about. Anyone but me at this point. And I hope these house guests start realizing there's another challenge threat in this house.
Okay.
Wow. All right. Well, let's bring in Timothy. Let's bring in Leah as well, because I know there's another decision to make. Timothy, anything you want to say to try to convince Bobby the veto holder to use his necklace on you?
Of course, the first time I'm in a veto is because I'm on the block. Of course. But Bobby, I don't know. Because I know you're the biggest threat. So just use me because, you can use it as a number. Like, and I'm not going to leave us up on the block, but please just use it.
Okay.
All right. Self-muted his own speech.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
For the first time in my life, I am referred to as a big threat, and I appreciate that. Thank you. But unfortunately, nothing against you. I am going to play the Power of Veto myself. But I hope we can use this to make some big moves and see what happens in this house.
All right.
Shake things
Well,
up.
All right.
Leah, it must be nice to have to nominate someone else. Who is sitting on the block next to Timothy in replacement of Bobby?
Oh, I hate having to nominate someone else. I really kind of wanted to keep my nominations the same, but since my hand was forced, I'm going to nominate someone who really hasn't done anything lately. Mike, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Wow. Mike ends up sitting here.
huge moment in the game. Okay, Mike, how does it feel? Oh, Mike is blanketing.
Slowly putting more clothing on every time we cut to him.
Saw that coming a mile off. She doesn't like the British. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh,
All right.
yes. Okay. Yes.
All right, this is
all right.
interesting. It's a battle of the terse people, the short spoken in Mike and Timothy. Should make for some interesting eviction speeches.
Okay. All right, Mike, let's go ahead and then find out what's happening in the house right now. Okay.
All right.
Let's
Only 7
check
people
in.
left in the game.
Okay. All right. Timothy has a heartfelt story about why he needs the money. Didn't we already hear this, Timothy?
Yeah, I think this is just a rerun, right? This is remember when Timothy said that he was really poor and needed the money?
Mm-hmm. Timothy, was there a new part of this story?
No, I just have to remind him. This kind of like me, when Derek was telling Nicole, like, don't take kids out of my effing mouth. I'm like, I had to remind him, hey, remember, I'm poor. Don't vote me out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Well, it looks like something else is going on.
Yeah,
with
hang
Timothy here.
out there. Okay.
And
then Leah is going to open up to Timothy about with her
Oh,
personal
boy.
story. Leah, what's your personal story?
I've been afraid to share with Bobby that I've been a huge Disney fan. I've been going to Disney since I was 2 years old.
And you confided that in Timothy, that how you've been afraid to tell Bobby about that you are
Yeah.
a big Disney fan?
I didn't want to come off as like a weirdo trying to bother him
Mhm.
because I know he's an employee. So yeah, I've just been keeping it to myself.
It's
Mm-hmm.
interesting that Timothy responded directly by saying, like, I'm poor. And Leah says, hey, I go to Disney every year.
Mhm.
That's your Bronte-esque secret.
Okay. All right. Then that's it.
Let's go to eviction night here. So a little bit of a wild week here as Mike is up against Timothy here after being essentially, I would say, backdoored because, again, he did play in the veto. Let's start with Timothy. Please give your speech as to why the remaining 4 house guests should vote to keep you.
Well, clearly you should keep me because I'm not going to get picked for any vetoes, and you can use me for a number. And clearly I can't want to comment this, so I'm definitely not fair for you. I can be a number for you, and you'll know who my target is.
Okay. How about Mike?
Oh boy, let's see.
Right then. First of all, I want to say hello to my family, but they're back in the UK. This is on American TV, so I can't do that. House guests. The key question of life is, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And if you keep me, I can't answer that question, but I'll do what I can to make sure this Leah gets out. She's the biggest competition. Let's get her out.
I actually do know somebody who could answer that question. Okay.
Nice.
All right.
All right, we shall see. We go from beavers to woodchucks. But
Okay.
who is going to be leaving the BB Woods tonight?
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's go ahead and check out our votes here as things are really getting down to it, Mike.
So this is interesting. So let's just parse things out for a second. Alicia and Humby are probably going to vote to keep Mike. So it comes down to, if Bobby and JD vote to evict Mike, then it comes down to Leah, who just had a really personal conversation with Timothy.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and see these votes here. And then maybe after this round, maybe everybody could vote live. We'll go to live.
Yeah, that can be fun.
Live voting. Okay. All right. So, and we may have a tie break here from Leah. Okay. So Alicia has voted to evict Timothy.
Understandable.
Bobby votes to evict Timothy.
I think that's it.
Humby votes to evict Timothy. And JD votes to evict Timothy.
They
by a
wanted
vote of
the answer to that
4
question.
to 0.
They got a bunch of woodchucks in this house. Mike swayed them over. Timothy, your plea fell upon deaf ears. What happened here? You only participated in one veto, and now you're done.
Like I couldn't win a competition. I couldn't get any alliances. And then the girl that was in alliances talking to me because she was just a hater on my food. So I just couldn't get my sea legs under me. It's unfortunate, but at least I made jury.
Mm-hmm. Timothy, that we all were moved by your story about how you needed the money.
Yes.
Yes. How disappointed are you to come up short?
Well, it's fine. It's back to, minimum wage. Breaking out on minimum wage.
If you could give a Beyonce song title to describe your time in the Big Brother house, what would it be?
Child. Probably Survivor.
Yeah,
It's a different show.
Wrong, different show. I know
show.
you're trying to jockey to get onto the next season of Brant Steele Survivor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, Timothy, we will be back here with you on finale night when you will help us crown a winner of Big Brother patron Brant Steele.
And since Alicia's not going to be in the Joy House, I'll make all the food until she gets there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good luck. They'll be eating good.
All right. Let's go ahead and get to our week 9 competition.
Week 9, down to the final 6 already. And to be honest, Robin, I'm looking at the state of the house. I think we're looking at whether or not Ham can go ham. The alliance of Humby, Alicia, and Mike was able to survive the week. They're probably the most perilous they have been in this entire
Can't have the Ham
game.
alliance without Timothy.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they had to vote him out, because they're the true hams that are in charge here. But I don't know. It's not looking great. Wait a minute.
Hold on. All right.
Hold
so we
on.
have an alliance of Alicia, Humby, and Mike, and an alliance event. And Alicia and JD
are back together,
baby.
They were on a break.
We were on a break.
We were on a break, exactly.
They were on a break. The ultimate will they, won't they? It's Alicia and JD. And I think this time that we need an alliance name. JD, what is the name of this alliance?
Ooh, putting me on the spot. I don't know. I think Alicia was the one who came up with it.
Yeah, it's Alicia. Do you remember what your alliance was named?
Hey, yeah, of course I do, because I have to go through my whole Big Brother experience, and it's of course the Disco Queens. I was the Queen of Hearts.
Oh
and, the Disco Queens, and I taught him about Donna Summer, who is the Queen of Disco. So that's perfect.
Okay. All right. So the DQ is ready to go back again. Okay.
For now.
For now.
I missed you so much, JD. Thanks for coming.
I'm so glad to be back.
We'll see if Disco is
They
dead
took a week
after
off.
this week.
All right. So here we go. Our HOH is going to be either one of the Disco Queens or Humby.
Yeah, very good for Alicia. She's in pretty much a good spot no matter who wins here.
Okay. And so the HOH this week is going to be Alicia.
Wow.
Okay.
Second trip to the HOH room for Alicia. Big week for her. Just locked down a final 2 alliance, which I believe I just saw is actually she's tighter with them than she is with Ham. Alicia, how you feeling right now? You feeling in a good spot at this moment, right at the final 6?
I really am. I solidified a new alliance. I got him back. I was feeling bad. I have a couple thoughts of who my targets are going to be. It's going to be a good week for me. My basket is full of goodies.
Okay.
So it's going to be great.
I'd like to remind the viewers that on Alicia's last HOH, she was targeting Timothy and put Leah up on the block. However, that was the week that Bonnie quit the game. And Alicia's last HOH was ruined.
Yeah, and we should also note here that she's in an alliance with 3 other people, which leaves 2 people that she can nominate. I have a feeling one of them there's 2 are going up. The question is if the veto is one, who ends up going up as well?
Okay, Alicia, can you please tell us your nominees for this week?
Yes. These 2 are one of them may be a shock, but the other one isn't. I gotta vote my girl Leah. She's the quintessential pawn, and I know that, but I want to be the last girl standing. So I have to vote her. And Bobby, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to nominate you. I am in an alliance with Humby and Mike, and you have antagonized them throughout the game. So I need to, keep my guys happy. So I'm sorry, but I have to
Okay,
nominate
here's
both of
Bobby
you.
with a wardrobe change.
Pulling a mic here and putting on more
Yeah.
clothing as the night went along.
Yeah, you're right. I was in Evie, or what is this? I'm a Ricard in Evie's clothing.
Oh,
Y'all
look at
caught me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was so stylish. I wanted it so bad. You caught me. This isn't the game I wanted to play. Bonnie was the person. I came up with the plans and Bonnie executed them. We got rid of Bonnie and now here I am. So if I'm a big threat, let it be known.
There you go. All right. Let's see what happens with the veto draw and find out who else is going to be playing. I think it's everybody. We don't even need a veto draw, right, Mike?
Everyone is playing, which means I believe this is a record, not since the days of like BB2 and BB3 when everyone played, where Leah has participated in every single veto competition of a season.
Incredible. Okay.
What a record.
But could this be where she doesn't get to run the table over the whole season because basically it's a make or break week. She's on the block.
Yeah,
Okay.
we shall see. I mean, it's interesting. Again, as I mentioned before, if one of Bobby or Leah ends up winning here, Alicia has to put up one of her allies as a result. This very much could be BB5 when Nokomis was forced to put up Karen as a result and, ends up evicting one of her closest allies.
Okay. Let's go ahead and see what happens in the power of veto. It's ice veto. It comes down to Alicia, JD, or
All right,
Leah.
Leah better win here.
And so the winner of the power of veto is it's
Wow.
Alicia. So for the second time in this season, Alicia has won the HOH and the veto in the same week.
Yeah, definitely seems like a repeat here. She wants to make sure it sticks. As she has clean sweeped the week once more. Rob would be a real surprise if she uses the veto here, considering that, again, these are the only two people she's done an alliance with at this point. And
Okay.
Rob is checking on Twitter right now.
No, I think I hit the bookmark on the
You've seen what BB Twitter has to say in response to Alicia
Yes, you gotta see
running
that.
half the
Okay.
table here?
All right, Mike. So let's bring in our nominees, and that is Leah and Bobby, and hear their pitch to talk about why Alicia should use the veto on them.
I don't honestly expect you to use the veto. You are aligned with everyone else that's in the house. So I just am hopeful that when you said that I was the pawn every week, that will hold true this week, and I will still be here.
Okay, Bobby.
We've been going back and forth winning the veto, and it's been fun passing it on and off with you. It would be lovely if you could pass it over, and that would be very nice of you. I would appreciate that. Thank you. But you're
Okay,
doing
Alicia.
great.
It's decision time.
All right.
What's happening with the power of veto?
Okay, this is with, a heavy heart. I have decided to save somebody. I know it's going to come as a shock, but I am going to save Bobby.
Oh, wow, that speech.
I just need to keep Leah on the block because, like I said, I want to be the last woman standing.
Okay.
Wait, so she took Bobby off the block and now has to nominate on her own volition.
Y'all
one of
thought
her
I
own
was
allies.
down. Y'all counted me out.
Okay. All right. So maybe this is just a better pawn. Maybe Alicia felt like that maybe Bobby was too big of a threat to sit up there on the block. So maybe she has a different person in mind. Okay.
Yep, that's exactly right, Rob. I am gonna nominate Mike. I'm really sorry. I know that
Okay.
we're in an alliance together, but I really just want to see what outfit you're gonna come up with next for this speech.
Mike, okay.
You did
I'm
not
curious.
Wow, a
disappoint.
maroon robe.
No, not having this.
I mean, this is by far the biggest move we have seen thus far, Rob. Alicia had full control over everything this week and decides, you know what? Bobby doesn't look as much of an appetizing as a pawn in this moment. Still too many competitions. Let's pull him down. Let's put up a nice GC rack of Mike right next up to Leah.
Yeah.
Question is, will everyone else pay? We know Humby's going to vote to keep him, but what will everyone else do?
And do you wonder maybe does Alicia want to be closer to Humby? and feels like that maybe is that Humby's real final too, and then Humby has nowhere else to go.
Yeah, it's a really interesting question. I mean,
He's made so many enemies.
Mike could end up staying once more here, but it's looking really dicey for him at the moment.
Okay. All right. Let's go into our week's events here.
Big room by Alicia here. Thought it was the final 6. Let's me pull a Tashawn and just like completely upend my alliances at the moment.
Okay. All right. Due to the mental stress of the game, Mike has isolated himself from the rest of the house.
That's an understatement.
Hold on, Mike. Are you okay?
And I believe that's actually just the noise that he's making. He has not even used words for the past few days ever since his blind side.
Take that as a no. Okay. All right. Then Humby opens up to JD by sharing a personal story.
Look at Humby here.
Okay. So, Humby, give that personal story.
JD, I know I nominated you on the first week, and I really hate your ass. You're so annoying. But I'm really sad because yesterday was the first day in the season when I wasn't called the most in the diary room. And I feel like I'm not America's favorite for just one day, and I'm very stressed.
Wow.
Wow,
No, Humby, it's okay. We all have our days where we're up, and then we all have our days when we're down. It just seems like this entire week has been down for you.
Shut
I
up.
have no sympathy.
You just let me have my moment. Shut up.
Let him
No,
have
it
his
is
moment.
interesting.
Okay.
It does say Humby opens up. It does not say that he immediately closed things back off. But yeah, that is a part of the story that was really left untold.
Okay. All right, Mike.
Let's see, anything else?
Yeah, I think we have something to talk about because JD has a sudden outburst and just walked out of the game.
Now what? What? Leave. Bye.
You know, I just got too tired of Humby. He's been antagonizing me all season, despite me trying to repair things with him. And it was just not worth my energy anymore.
Wow.
I'll be happy to campaign against Humby on the jury.
All right. Well, Mike, you're not going to believe this, but for the second time this season, Alicia won the HOH. And then Alicia won the veto in the same week. And for the second time this season, well, somebody who is not her target has self-evicted from the house.
Not only that, her closest ally. And so walking out of this season. I think she's cursed, Rob. I think I know
All
Julie
right.
said no cursing, but I'm pretty sure a curse was placed on Alicia.
All right. Well, let's talk to JD and make first off,
Yeah.
JD, our first concern is your mental health. How are you doing?
You know, I've been a little rattled for the past couple of weeks. You know, Humby's really been getting on my nerves. I've tried everything I could to sort of keep myself sane, but it's just, I've had enough and I need to go. I
Mhm.
think with some time away from Humby, I'll be back to good old JD.
Mm-hmm.
Now, aside from Bonnie, you were one of the youngest people this season.
Yeah.
Did you feel like age was just a number? Were you always considered just a kid to the rest of the house guests?
I think I was considered a kid to the rest of the house guests, but that didn't really bother me. I feel like that was part of my strategy. You know, I said coming to the house that I wanted to be the baby. And I guess I really am the baby now, considering
You had an
my little
outburst, yeah.
outburst from the game. Yeah. You know, going out in style, going out with a tantrum.
Yes. Okay. Do you have a message for Alicia, JD?
You know, my disco queen, she's going to pull it through. I have faith in her.
Okay. All right, JD, we'll see you back here on finale night.
Yes, we will.
And so for the second time this season, Alicia will go in to the age-rich competition not being able to play.
And also having kept 2 targets in the game, including one of her own allies, who, let's remember,
Yeah.
she purposely put on the block as
Yes.
a backdoor target.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. She nominated 3 of the other 4 people in the house this past week, and they all stayed.
Yep. It's a nightmare scenario for Alicia.
She had to make a decision. I respect it. I have faith that she'll pull through.
I nominated Mike just to have Leah get out so I could be the last woman standing. I did not betray my alliance.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So there is no eviction.
Wow.
And we're down to the final 5. It's Alicia, it's Bobby, it's Humby, it's Leah, it's Mike.
What a wild season so far.
Okay. All right. Here we go. And so let's talk about what happens next. Okay. Our final 5. Oh, hold on. We have the Ham Alliance. Alicia nominated Mike last time out. Okay. But let's see. It looks like there's a new alliance.
We've gone from Ham to home.
Seems like that there's a new alliance that's Humby, Mike, and a new alliance that is with Leah, not with Alicia.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they were not effing with that. After what Alicia pulled last time, they're like, screw that. No, I want to work with Leah. This is definitely an anti-Alicia alliance for me, no?
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So let's go to our new HOH here at the final 5. And
all right, well,
it's not going to be Leah, and it's going to be either Humby, Mike, or Bobby. And the winner of the HOH is going to be Bobby.
Wow. Congratulations, Bobby. You are guaranteed the final 4.
Okay. Guaranteed the final 4, but a precarious spot where you cannot play for final 4 HOH. A final 4 veto is going to be very large for you, but that's for down the road. Okay. Bobby.
Yeah.
What a run for you.
Yeah, he just went from getting saved by Alicia by the veto to now winning head of household.
Your second HOH of the season.
Absolutely. I just feel I felt so inspired by Alicia's power weeks, and then they've been stripped from her, but proving that my social game could save me gave me the confidence for this head of household. And I can't wait to see what I do.
Okay. Well, Bobby, you will get to tell us which 2 house guests are going up on the block.
Yes. This person's been causing some scenes in the house and isolating themselves, and I'm a little worried about them, and I want everyone to draw attention to how bad they're doing. So, Mike, I'm going to put you up on the block.
Wow, 3 in a row for Mike here.
And let you find your way through this week.
I was going to say, you can't say let him play in the veto because everyone's playing in the veto.
I never thought I'd make it this far. I never thought I'd need another explanation. Okay. And honestly, a wise queen once said, I don't feel indebted to him. It was a bad mood. He should have stayed with his tribe. Sophie Clark in South Pacific. And I'm nominating Alicia.
Wow. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Rob. Has Humby ever been nominated?
Humby has not touched the block as a nominee or a replacement nominee.
And is also antagonizing people to quit the game.
Yes, it's been a masterful game, but that is not what we're here to talk about. It's Alicia is on the block. Alicia.
How dare you? I just saved you. What? I mean, I made the biggest move of the game to save you.
Yeah. No good deed goes unpunished. Right?
Isn't that what South Pacific Survivor is about?
I just wrong show, Bobby. Wrong show.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the veto competition, Mike, and find out who's going to be the final 5 veto holder. All right.
Yeah, so this is interesting.
All right. So the final 5 veto holder.
The Wizards of Pinball.
Okay. Either Humby, Bobby, or Mike.
Okay. Interesting.
And so the winner of the power veto is going to be Mike. Has won the golden power veto. Look who it is.
This I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay, Mike has won his first competition back since week 2 when he was the second HOH in the game.
Yep.
He takes himself off of the block. And so it looks like, though, that this will potentially be either
Humby or Leah.
Or Humberto that goes up on the block in his place. Okay. All right. So let's get our nominees, Mike and Alicia. Use the power veto on you?
Mike, I think you should use the power veto on me. Yes, I know I did nominate you. But like I said, it was just because I wanted to get Leah out of the game. I just needed a person, so it was you. And look at the havoc that Humby is causing in the game. Even though he's your biggest alliance member, let's just have a nice, quiet final 5.
Interesting. All right, Mike, what's the decision here?
Alicia, 3 words for you. Snitches get stitches. I'm saving myself. Thank you very much. And good night.
Okay. All right. So Mike has used the power veto on himself. Bobby, we're going to need a replacement nominee.
I've never been the quickest in the book. Sometimes people need to point out obvious facts. And if someone has not touched the block while I have fought this hard, Humby, have fun enjoying this brief moment before you leave the game.
Wow. What looked at once a mighty powerful alliance, Rob, that could take hold of the game. Now, one of them guaranteed to go home here. Will it be Humby or will it be Alicia? Will someone randomly quit again for the 3rd time this season?
Wow.
Only time will tell.
Okay. So it'll be either Alicia or Humberto.
The other fun thing about this is because now Leah has survived this, she will definitely compete in the final veto, which may mean indeed she has competed in every single veto competition from beginning to end in one season of Big Brother.
Okay.
Game changer.
History we've seen tonight. All right, Mike, let's check out our house events. If anything is going on. And so Leah opens up to Humby by sharing a personal story. Leah, do you have any personal stories to share?
Any other Disney stuff?
Yes.
I just want to share that I too have a dog, and I too am worried about that dog, Humby. I just don't know. Maybe with everyone else quitting the game and being so worried about their dogs, I just don't know.
You know, dogs live around like 15 years, so he's gonna die in your lifetime, right? You know that, right?
I try not to think about it.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Yeah, this is actually the secret twist of this season of Big Brother is we cast all dog owners, but told everyone that there were no other dog owners on this season. So the one personal moment is always that I have a dog.
Dog.
I just want to say, Leah, I understand, and I just want for you to put it in perspective. I know 3 months doesn't seem that long, but for your dog, that's like you abandoned him for 2 years. So good job.
All right.
Always great jury management from Humberto there.
All right. So Humberto, if you could join us once again, it's eviction night. And this time, the house is going to vote live tonight.
Yeah, because we only have 2 votes. Essentially, Humby, right now, you are trying to pitch yourself to Leah and to Mike as to whether they should keep you over Alicia.
Okay. Humberto, you're up first.
I mean, this is just so funny because out of everybody in the house, Leah and Mike are the 2 people I really hate the least. But I still hate you both. Please don't vote for me. I'm done with this house. The ants are all over. The bathroom really stinks. I don't know what is happening since Julie Chen's left. Like nothing is doing anything really helpful. I'm done with this. Please take me to jury. Thank you.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, after 2 quits, now we have a little bit of another one. But we'll see if that request is approved or not. Alicia, what do you have to say?
I am a little bit nervous. I can't lie because I am #cursed. And after the speech that Humby just gave about him wanting to get voted out because he wants to go to jury, that means the opposite is going to happen and it's going to be me. But please just go against fate and keep me because I deserve to be here.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. In the event of a tie tonight, Bobby will cast the deciding vote.
All right, so let's, shall we go in alphabetical order here between the 2 names?
All right. Leah.
Please cast your vote live to evict.
I will be casting my vote, sadly, to evict Alicia.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. All right.
I mean, it makes sense. He's in an alliance with Humberto, so.
Okay. All right. If Humby can stay after making that alliance with Leah was a master stroke. Okay.
All right, Mike.
I'm so cruel. I want to let Bobby make the final decision. I vote to make Humby.
Oh my God! What a
No.
betrayal! What a betrayal!
Mike is just saying, burn it all. I'm in 2 alliances with him.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
All right, if we can get Bobby to join us.
Bobby, please. I will shine
Bobby?
your shoes. I will
Bobby,
cook
please
you eggs.
address the house and tell us who you choose to evict.
Hello, house guys. Oh my gosh. This, I didn't expect to be at so many crossroads on my Big Brother journey. And I've been upstairs contemplating, if it comes down to me, what am I going to do? What decision am I going to make? Because if I make the wrong move, everyone will talk about me forever. But in my heart, I know that this is the right move. So I vote to evict Humby.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Alicia.
Oh,
Okay. Wow.
holy moly. Wow.
Humberto, what a ride this season. If you were our first HOH.
And then twice more.
Twice more. You played the game in such a unique style that we've never seen before.
Julie, I'm kind of happy because actually nobody knows this, but once when it's in the diary room, the people from the circle actually contacted me and they say they want to cast me, and they get more Instagram followers than people on Big Brother. So I cannot wait to go to jury and make JD's life a live in hell before I prepare to go to the circle.
All right, great. But we'll take you to get your driver's license for that as well, just for the circle. So Humby, I mean, you leave things in a wild state. You were in an alliance with Leah, with Mike. Mike votes to evict you. Any hard feelings for him?
Oh, he can suck it.
Humberto, in the event that you were voted out tonight, your house guests recorded some goodbye messages to share with you. Would you like to hear them?
Not really, but for the sake of ratings, sure. Let's give them one last piece.
Okay. Leah, can we play your goodbye message to Humby?
Oh, Humby, where do I begin? Despite me voting on the side of you every single week, you always had a problem with me and you always wanted me out. I'm sorry to see you go, but the house won't be the same without you.
You're not sorry. You're not sorry.
Alicia?
Please, it's just a video.
Humby, I am sorry to see you go. I have been in alliance with you this whole time. But, I just needed to break the curse. And I'm here. You're gone. It'll be quiet without you, but I will miss you.
Mike?
Humby, let's be real. I like you as a person, but your game sucks. You're so negative. You were blowing up my game with how negative you were. You were getting me in a bad headspace. So I like you as a person, hate you as a player. You had to get out of there. So I'll see you soon.
Fuck off.
And Bobby?
Hi, Humby. If you're gone, I have no idea what happened with the votes, but I voted to get rid of you. Wow, the impact you made, respect for respect's due, very loud, didn't go on the block till this week. I hope you have fun at the jury. And I hope I can see you later, and I hope we can talk about what we learned from this.
He's such a loser.
Wow.
Wow. All right. Final thoughts?
Get me out, please. I'm done.
All right. Well, they did remember that you did ask to leave the game and they honored those wishes.
Wow, what an exciting final five. Oh my God.
Yeah, the guy that I thought was a shoo-in to win it all through just calamitous circumstances ends up getting evicted here. And now, I mean, Alicia is still in a good spot. Leah's in a good spot. Mike's in a good spot. Bobby is, not able to compete, but still might be able to get brought in there. Pretty open final four here, Rob.
Yeah, anybody's game. All right, so let's see. Our final four alliances are Mike and Alicia, Mike and Leah. But an alliance event is happening, and
let's see.
Alliance 8 has dissolved. Okay,
Well, I think this
so
makes sense. Yeah, I think Leah's a little ticked off that Mike decided to force the tie and essentially, get Bobby to evict Humberto for him.
okay, all right. Then, okay, it comes down to our final HOH between Mike, Alicia, and Leah.
Yep.
And the winner of the final 4 HOH is Mike. Is the
Wow,
HOH.
rallying here with the competition wins.
Top 3, baby. Top 3.
All right, Mike, you won the final 4 HOH, but it doesn't mean everything because really the winner of the veto is going to be a big deal. But you are immune for this round to play, but we'll need you to put 2 people up on the block.
Now this is difficult because I'm in an alliance with one person, but she nominated me. So I don't know what to do. However, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. And as such, I'm going to nominate Bobby and I'm going to nominate Leah.
Interesting.
Okay, Bobby
All right.
and Leah. Okay. All right, what are you going to do? It's going to come down to the veto.
Doesn't matter anyway. Just everyone's been nominated already. It's not a Humby situation. So it all comes down to this final veto, Rob. This is do or die, but they are actually not playing do or die.
Okay. All right. Yes. All right. Then let's go ahead and get our final 4 veto going on. Everybody's going to play in the veto.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
Everybody plays in the veto. And okay, Leah is out. All right.
Leah's out.
So,
Leah's never been able to do incredibly well in these veto competitions.
yeah, she did win one of she played in this is her 11th veto. She went 1 for 11. Yeah.
1 for 11. That's a terrible.
Okay. And so the winner of the power of veto this week is not going to be Mike.
Oh, it's going to be one of the nominee. Or no, sorry, Alicia wasn't nominated.
Okay. It is going to be Bobby. Will cast the final 4 eviction vote.
Interesting. So this is interesting because Bobby is the only person not in an alliance at this point.
Okay.
So we don't get any sense of loyalties right now.
All right. So, Bobby, I assume you're going to take yourself off the block. And, correct?
I'll let you. Yes, I do. I do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So, there's only other one person that can go up. And that's Alicia.
Yeah. So it's Alicia versus Leah right now.
Okay. All right. So no need for speeches here. We'll hear them on eviction night.
Right. Let's see. Let's check out some events. You never know what can happen with these.
You never know what can happen. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and share the house events with you. Okay. And so Mike is caught talking to the cameras about his game.
And it leads to Mike and Alicia having a heated argument.
Okay. Alicia, what did you hear Mike saying?
He was making fun of my dance moves. I mean, you don't make fun of my dance moves.
Yeah.
Dance isn't part of games. Just ask Raven.
I know. But see, he was talking about his game while making fun of my dance moves. He was using that as to talk about what he's gonna do.
Right. The dance moves were your
The
game
steps,
moves. Right.
You know, he was speaking in code.
Mike,
But I guess
very sloppy.
that was not a good idea to get into a fight with the head of household.
Save the commentary for bits on the side, not in the house talking on the cameras. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. Did something else happen? Okay,
No,
phew.
that's
All right.
it.
I'm just waiting for another black and white photo to show up.
All right. So let's go to eviction night.
Yep. So here's how it's going to work. Really simple. Alicia and Leah are both going to give their pitches to Bobby. Then Bobby, the ball's in your court. You're going to be the one to cast the sole vote to evict.
Okay, Alicia.
Bobby, I don't try to collect favors, but remember the time that I did save you when it was, no one thought I would, but I did. Leah has been on the block so many times, like just her numbers are up. I am a business analyst. I know how this works. So just please go with the law of averages and just get rid of Queen Leah. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Leah.
Bobby, you and I have been on the block together. We've been battling this thing out this whole season. And I don't envy you for having to choose between two queens here, but I trust that you will make the right decision.
All right, Bobby. It all comes down to you once again.
I have one vote this week. And with this vote, I will be sending home. I'm trying to be Tyra Banks. It's not working though. Alicia, you've played an incredible game. And Leah, your record of playing every single power veto will be in every single top 10 Big Brother moment montage for probably the next 2 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, Palladium's making a video as we speak.
Yeah, and it's remarkable. And I hope he gives you your props. I am also going to give you your props now. And I'm sorry, Alicia, but I vote to evict you.
Wow.
You're playing
Alicia.
such a good game, and nothing but respect to you, and also how hard your job sounds.
Wow.
Disco Queen is dead. Long live the Queen.
Okay,
And
Alicia.
So, Alicia.
You worked hard for the money, but you were a bad girl. I'm talking to the sad girl. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
JD doesn't understand the references, but we do, Bobby. So thank you.
Yes.
Alicia,
Well
why
done.
don't you stay here? Come walk out.
Yes.
Social distancing.
Okay, Alicia. Wow. What
I
what a season.
I gave it my all. I used your strategy. I was quiet in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do anything. I came on strong and it didn't work for me. So I'm not listening to you anymore, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Alicia,
That's not going to get you anywhere. So blame me.
let me just ask here. Did you like trip a witch or something? Why were you so cursed in this season? You had 2 HOH reigns, 2 POV wins in the same week as those HOH wins. Both times, some calamitous event happens that causes one of your closest allies to quit.
Because that is the way the cookie crumbles, Mike. That
So
is
true.
the spilt milk is.
The cookies and the milk. Yes.
The cookies and the milk.
Yes. Okay. Alicia, where did it go wrong for you?
The dumb decision I made to save Bobby and nominate Mike.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what could have happened that week, but safe to say it certainly did not help you, considering you were nominated the week after and the week after as well. But Alicia, thank you for truly making good TV. It's like a deck of playing cards. No matter what you reach into, you're going to grab a different experience every time. And truly, that's what it felt like every week with you playing in this Big Brother house.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Rob. Thank you to all my players.
Jokers
are wild, everyone.
Yes.
We'll see you at the reunion.
You know that Alicia ran into the jury house yelling that.
Yeah. All right, Mike.
Bye-bye.
All right. We have to talk about our final 3 here. It's Bobby, it's Leah, it's Mike.
3 very different games here. So interesting, right? That like the beginning of this season, Mike is so well insulated. And now he just ends up being like the lone person left who was essentially in an alliance. Leah's a bit of a latecomer, but ends up, being a pretty formidable force despite being nominated so many times in the middle of the game. Bobby is far and away the comp beast of this season here, having won 5 competitions. Most of them, I think actually all of them entirely pretty much in the post-jury phase. So if I would have to pick like one person to make the final 2, it's probably going to be him.
Okay. All right. Let's check out what is going to happen in our final 3. All right. Part 1 of the HOH. No alliances left. Okay. The greatest skate. Okay.
Oh boy. I'm feeling Leah's going to get a nice 3rd place finish here. Yeah.
The winner of part 1 of the HOH is going to be our comp beast. It's Bobby.
Bobby excelling in part 1, but part 3 is all that matters. But at least he's won a berth here.
Okay. All right. So household chores, old school.
Oh yeah, the
old
chore
school
wheel
part
and everything.
2. Yes. Okay. All right. And so the winner of part 2 of the HOH is going to be Leah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so Mike Mike is hoping that Leah wins here, right? Because she probably is going to take him. If Bobby wins, it's really up in the air at this point.
Okay. The final HOH is going to be Leah.
Wow.
Oh, an upset.
What an upset.
She struggled. Only 2 comp wins out of basically, I think she played in over 20 competitions this season. Won 2 of them, but she's won her 3rd of the season.
Yeah, this is a real Paris-like thing, right? Of just like really firing off at the end there. Nominated a couple times, got a little dicey, but congratulations, Leah. You are the final head of household. And you're going to be choosing which one of these 2 gentlemen is going to be joining you in those final 2 chairs.
Do we give Bobby and Mike the opportunity to say why they should go?
I think so. We're on finale night. Everyone's dressed to the nines.
Okay, let's get our whole cast up here.
Whole cast? What?
Well, I mean, like everybody. I'm sorry, man.
Whole cast? There's 3 of us.
Sorry. I mean the people that are in the game. I mean the people that are in the game. I'm sorry, yeah, I meant our 3 active players. Sorry about that. Sorry about the false alarm. Jury, stand by.
Imagine if they just like swarmed the jury house and just ran in on finale night.
Yes.
Okay. Mike is
All
truly dressed up for finale night, rocking the pink cowboy hat.
All right. Mike, why don't you go first?
Okay, Leah. I love you, babes. Listen, okay. I have been carried by Humvee, and I needed to boot him out. You are amazing. The public loves you. Everyone loves you. I'm not going to beat you. Bobby the Comp Beast is so going to beat you. He's take me, not him. And we can have a lovely old time having a few drinks here while they question us. Lovely jubbly.
Okay, Bobby.
Leah, there is absolutely no way you're not winning no matter what you do. I would love to make it to the final 2 to prove to my family that I could make it to the final 2 who said I could not. But you just won. Oh, you have no idea. They won the first. You won the first thing and you won when it mattered. You're the hero of the season. You're going to win. Just let me wear a different outfit. I have 1 more. I don't actually.
Okay. All right. That Mike, you don't get it off easy. I want Leah to make eye contact with both of our other finalists. Okay.
This is so mean.
Oh my gosh.
Leah,
All right, Leah.
Look at these 2 gentlemen and tell one of them that their dreams are crushed.
Well, very Sarah McLachlan of you, right?
This is the most difficult decision that I have had to make all season long. Mike and Bobby, neither of you have ever received an eviction vote.
Wow.
And so here I stand having to solely evict one of you, and we've just come so far. And it absolutely breaks my heart. But Bobby, I vote to evict you.
There we go.
You had to do it. And so it will be Mike and Leah in the final 2. But first, let's take a moment to talk to the person who really came alive here in the second half of the season, Bobby.
Where Bobby does his 2-in-1 look.
I wish, the Violet Chachki twirl and Carson Kressley's like.
There you go, Bobby. So close, yet so far away. How are you feeling at this moment?
You know, I want to talk about parasocial relationships and the power of storytelling because, wow, what a good time this was. You know what I mean? Like, what is this? This is a silly little game, but Bobby, the character, had an incredible journey, and Bobby, the player, went on a journey. I had a whole final speech ready to go, but I know your votes don't matter, but I think I was a villain in the beginning, and I hope I had a redemption arc kind of there towards the end.
Did you think it was the shirt, Bobby?
No, I wasn't. I was pretty okay for a little bit. I think the shirt, if I wore the shirt probably by the end every day, that's probably not doing too well. But I think everyone would think about like Sprite and they'd be like, ooh, I love that.
You lost your allies early on. And you pretty much were an independent agent winning competitions when you needed to. How much did that impact your time in the house?
Well, as my diary room storyline about becoming a level 1 adventurer and coming to fight the dragon at the end, Leah the dragon ended up really slaying this adventurer, and I thought I had it, but I just didn't count for that breath weapon, you know?
So, Bobby, you cast the deciding vote at the final 5 and eliminated Humberto. At the final 4, eliminated Alicia. Huge moments in the season.
An honor to these players. Are we talking about the characters of the season?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Really, really, truly. I thought about the backlash. That was really hard. I cried a lot, but I thought I did what I could, but unfortunately just didn't make it all the way. Maybe next time, you know, they always do that. Maybe, who knows?
All right, Adam Pock. We'll send you back to Tori Spelling here. Bobby, thank you for everything that you brought. You had a tough situation, but for lack of a better term, you turned lemons and you made them into lemon shirts. And we are so grateful to have you this season.
Okay.
I hate you. I love you.
Okay. All right. Let's bring in our final 2.
Congratulations, final 2.
Final 2.
Woo-woo!
Oh my God, Mike shirt.
All right. Well,
We're going from one of the most stylish people in this season to the one who has been sitting in front of a wall of nail polish for the past 3.5 hours.
Okay. All right. So, very quickly, let's hear a brief statement from Leah and a brief statement from Mike why they should win the game.
I came into this house with no alliance. I came into this house being placed on the block repeatedly. I thought that I was going to go home. I thought that I was going to have a repeat of the last time that I played a Brant Steele and go home first. And then Chappelle came in and he called me a queen. And from then on, I just tried to fight as much as I could. And here I am. And I just can't believe I made it this far. And I hope that I've done enough that you will grant me the title of the winner of the season. I would be honored.
All right. Then, Mike.
Let me break it down for you all. I said at the start of the season I'll be the puppet master, and that is what happened. Every little thing I've done in this house was me manipulating the situation. I just manipulated Leah to take me through to the final 2. Okay? She's queen, but I'm the evil queen. And we always know we rise to the top. Vote for me.
Ah, yes. Leah knows firsthand. She's been to Disney many, many times, in case you didn't know.
Yes. Okay. All right. Let's bring in our jury.
Yeah, we can do like some short Q&A.
Okay. Quick questions from the jury. Just a couple, okay?
Yeah, if anyone wants to pop on.
All right. Of course, here is our jury. Of course, you remember all of them from the jury.
You remember the jury from the jury, of course.
Yes, okay. It's Timothy, Bonnie, Bobby, Humby, Alicia, Katie, and JD. The 7 people that will cast the deciding votes tonight. Jurors, do you have a couple of questions? Yes, okay. I see Bobby has a hand up.
Throughout this game, I really thought of myself as a Dungeons and Dragons adventurer. And Leah, you were the dragon, fierce, always present. Everyone knew where you lived. It was the veto competitions. And Mike, maybe you don't know this one, but it's called a catoblepus. And a catoblepus lives in a swamp, and its stench keeps creatures away. You use this strategy effectively. But how intentional was this? Do you know how many people you rubbed the wrong way? And is that poor jury management?
Let me just say, do you know who else lives in a swamp? Ogres, like Shrek. Everyone loves them. Thank you very much. I am your queen.
Wow.
Wow.
Somebody once told me that was the best jury speech of all time.
All right. And Alicia.
Leah, I just want to say I love you. If I couldn't be the last woman standing, I'm glad it was you. I just want to know, what color nail polish do you think I should wear? I'm not much of a manicure person, but what do you think would look good on me?
So I think you can't go wrong with a good red, classic red, or a pink, something light, something pretty, something bright for the season. I think those are the two top choices for you.
All right, thank you. That's what I was thinking. You get my vote.
Okay. We'll see. All right. Any other questions from the?
We got one from Bonnie.
Yes,
It's
yes.
been a while, Bonnie. Welcome
Bonnie.
back.
Mike, early in the game, we were close. We had some final two going on. Was it real?
It was as real as my personality. So I will let you take from that what you want and vote with your heart.
Okay. All right, Timothy.
Okay. Let's get a little messy. Okay, for both of y'all, I'm gonna ask you a question. Who do y'all think is the most deserving and who y'all think is the least deserving? Out of all the people in the jury.
Oh, okay. I say between the two, I think
Yes.
it's a pretty easy answer.
I think Bobby, to be honest. That's why I had to take him out when I did. I think he absolutely deserved the title. And if he had made it there, he would have won unanimously.
And who do you think is the least deserving in the jury?
Ooh. Least deserving in the jury.
Give me a B.
Probably Humby, and only because I feel like he rubbed everyone the wrong way.
Here we go. Here we go.
I was allied with him and he was angry with me. So how does he treat the people that are not
Here
on
we
his side?
go. Forget you. Go home. Goodbye.
Okay, Mike, you too?
I think this is quite easy for me. None of you are the most deserving, because if you were, you would have been in the final two, but you're not.
Oh.
It's Leah.
Good point.
So we're most deserving and you're all least deserving.
All right.
All right.
Are we ready for?
I'll shoot a
yes,
question.
Yes, JD.
This is going to go over my head completely, but if you had to describe your game with a disco song, which would it be?
Leah.
Oh boy. That's a tough one. Is Last Dance a disco song?
Hell yeah, it's Donna Summer song.
Sure.
There you go.
I'll take your
Goes
word for
Last
it.
Dance.
Okay. All right, Mike.
No more tears. Enough is enough.
All right.
There we go. All right.
Thank you
That goes
both.
Okay.
comes in one ear and out the other for JD. We'll see if
All
it
right.
bears anything on his vote tonight.
So tonight we have the chance that the jurors will get to vote
Yes.
live here at our finale, and then cast their votes for who they are choosing to win the game.
Okay, no topazes here. All right, you're voting for who you want to win.
Okay. All right. And so I will, in a twist, Mike, let's let the final two square off, go that they can pick which vote they want to
Okay.
hear.
Oh, Big Brother 2 style of like instead of picking to
Mhm.
nullify, you're picking whose vote you want to be read.
Yes. Okay. All right. Leah, you're up first. Whose vote do you want to hear from the jury?
I want to hear Bobby.
Bobby.
All right.
Okay, do I make a thing of this? Like, how much am I doing this?
No.
Yeah. I think make
A
it
thing- a thing?
little
Like, it's
thing.
two?
A
There's
little-
two?
Yeah, like you're
Yeah.
putting the key in the box.
All right. There have been bitter juries. There have been counter theories to bitter juries, so much so that now Russell is a hated player and Janelle's a bad player. And I want to reverse a curse that I felt happened. And I will take out the key and put it in. Leah, I am voting for you to win.
Okay, Leah.
Gets one on the board, takes 4 to win.
Okay,
tonight.
Mike. Whose vote do you want to hear?
Let's go Bonnie.
All
Bonnie.
right, wild card in Bonnie. Let's see what happens. You spent a lot of time on that jury.
All right, well, Mike, I don't really know how to take your answer about whether our alliance was true or not and whether you were being genuine. So my vote is for Leah.
Oh.
2 votes for Leah. Should we do snake draft, Rob, or should we go back?
Yeah,
and
let
forth?
Mike go again because he's down 2-0. Mike, you got to pick up a vote here.
I'm not. We all know this is going to be a 7 now. Let's
So,
go.
how do we know that?
You never know.
Yeah.
Big brother.
Let's go. I'm trying to think. Let's go Humby.
Okay, this should be interesting.
Leah, you're so bland and boring. Michael, I was aligned with you for the first night. However, The one thing that this vote ensures is I will not ever hear your voice ever again, Mike. My vote to win is Leah.
Okay, that's 3-all.
3. Okay.
For Leah.
All right,
Oh,
Mike, go
man.
again. Mike, go again. Can you find a vote on the board?
That's like a vote for myself. Let's go, Alicia.
All right, Alicia.
I'm sorry, Mike. Rob asked you to find a vote. Not with me. I vote for Leah.
Congratulations.
Were there any votes for Mike?
Oh, Timothy.
Timothy.
It's like a Price is Right game. I feel like the horn should be sounding. Like, find the one vote.
I like them. I didn't want to become a 0-vote finalist.
Yes, this is a sympathy vote.
So we have to be obsessed with this. Leah, you play in Patron Brant Steele.
Yes.
You become the first boot. You come back and you win a GD season of BB Brant Steele.
Now, was this a little bit like the returning player was here and then none of y'all thought to get rid of the returning player? A little bit of like Paul?
It could be.
Your girl.
We'll have to wait for the Peridium video to see really what happened.
Yes.
Yeah, record setting in so many ways
yeah.
between that and you again going, what was it, 1 for 11?
1 for 11. But won the final HOH. Congratulations to you, Leah.
Thank you.
How does it feel? How does it feel to have the ultimate redemption?
It's truly incredible. I can't stress enough just how much of a turnaround it's been since being first one out last time, and now here we are. And I was so worried because my physical stats were so low, and I still made it somehow. I don't believe it.
Let's bring on if there are any other pre-jurors. I know a couple had to leave in the process, but if anyone else
and
wants
what happened
to
to Mike? Did Mike have to leave after?
I think Mike. There we go. All right, Mike. Let's go to you here. What's the feeling right now? You claimed you were the puppet master, that your final move was to convince Leah to bring you to the final 2. Sad it didn't end up in $1 million virtual victory.
To be honest, no. So when I applied, I said my game would be most like Paul Abraham from 18 and 19. He came second both times. When I watched last week, so I was like, sunglasses, Puya came second. So I had the second vibe from the start. So this was where I was meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm all good.
Chappelle in the chat is going crazy. Says Twitter is going wild.
Wow.
Queen Leah. It's all for you.
She did amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The queen in the North Jersey.
Whatever. Please watch me on the circle.
Let's go to a couple of our pre-jurors here. Brian, you were the first one out. You had to watch it all unfold from the force of your couch. Any major takeaways from the game, watching it from an outsider's perspective?
Well, I'm so inspired. I had to walk so that Leah could fly. And, just really seeing the way that she went from first one out to winner. I know that summer of 23, it's going to be the summer of Brian. And I can't wait to come back next year and take this all down after following all of Leah's strategies. And all hail Queen Leah.
Let's do some check-ins and see how everybody is doing. Bonnie, how have you been over these last couple of weeks since we saw you?
I've actually been really good. I got in touch with my vet, and it turns out they mixed the records up, and my pug was fine the whole time.
Oh, okay. Bittersweet. Yes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And then JD, how about for you? How have you been faring?
Things have been good. There has been like a weird blob blur of a person in the jury house. I hope the exterminators get rid of that soon. But other than that, it's been great.
Yeah, we did put in the call to Gina Marie. She is coming.
Perfect.
Sarah, let's go to you here. You're part of this alliance. You, Bobby, Bonnie. Obviously, those two had some very eventful times in the jury. What was it like watching them? And especially, I would say from Bobby's perspective, one of your closest allies nearly make it to the end there.
I was so ecstatic to see him going so far. I was on Twitter yelling his name, shouting it from the rooftops. I was so proud of him. And we can be proud with the third place win. I mean, you can't beat Leah's story going from first boot to win, but I am so proud of how far everybody made it and made such a great game. It was really, really good.
Timothy, what's been the reaction to people after hearing your story this season?
Yes, the thing is that the story got so big that even Sia saw it. So she started watching Big Brother, and for the first time, I'm the first player to get the Sia money.
Wow, incredible!
I got the Sia money.
Yeah, Humberto, what do you think the reaction has been to you this season?
So somehow like the psychologist of Big Brother told me to open my Twitter or my Facebook. I don't know what's going on. I was so sure America was gonna love me. But I feel like everybody is wrong and I'm right.
Okay. Well, let's hold that thought.
On that note.
We
still got one more piece.
We still have one more piece of the puzzle to tell you about. That 3 of you have become finalists for America's Favorite House Guest. And they are JD, Timothy, and Humberto. Okay?
Is Julie rigging this? Come on.
She rigged it for herself.
Yes, I am,
can't
Katie.
know.
We were edited as a really dislikable minority alliance.
You best not trifle with me, Katie.
Yes.
This is what you get.
Yes. Okay. I would have thought Bobby had a good shot to get in there, but no,
Nope.
it's Humby,
That was rude. It
JD,
was
and
mean.
Timothy. Okay, we know that third place in the fan vote, it was Humberto. You had your fans, Humby.
I had the
Okay.
Latino vote, I have some.
Okay, and the winner of America's Favorite House Guest was JD.
Wow.
The
Disco
fan
King.
favorite.
Disco King.
Yeah,
I'm honored. I'm honored.
The baby. America loved the baby.
Yeah, the Gen Zs came out. Olivia
I know.
Rodrigo called for everyone to go and vote for JD.
I think some of the K-pop stars might have been voting too. I think
Mhm.
that definitely boosts my numbers.
Yeah, ironically enough, BTS did not go out for BBS. Instead, they went out for JD.
And we love to see it. We love to see it.
Okay, well, what an incredible season this was, Mike.
Oh my goodness, this was fantastic. Ridiculous on every level. You all, again, incredible commitment tonight as well in every sense of it. Trying to justify ridiculous moves like Alicia vetoing her own nominations to nominate someone only for her closest ally to quit. That's what we love about Brant, Steele. And you all had an absolutely wonderful time. Congratulations to Leah. You legitimately could not script a better story than
Mhm.
that. That is incredible. And thank you all for putting in nearly 4 hours. I know it's a lot to do on a weeknight, especially, but these are the things that they can help lift some moods in like some very bad times doing this stupid stuff. And this was very stupid and very, very fun.
Does anybody from the cast have anything else to say tonight before we log
I
off?
don't have a dog. Everyone
Okay.
asks me.
I don't have a dog.
That's
I
why
don't
I
either.
LinkedIn favorite.
I know who Donna Summer
Who's
is.
going with dogs? Like no one.
Oh,
talks
you
about cats.
I do.
Oh, there's the dog.
My friend just texted me to cat sit, and I said no again. Like I'm not an animal person. I'm definitely hated by America.
Okay. All right.
Say hi.
Yes. Thank you all for being a part of this amazing Brant. If
Seriously.
the actual Big Brother season is half as good as this, we'll be very lucky this summer.
Yeah, that's the good news is now we have like 2 great seasons that we can go back and watch. Hopefully everyone will check it out. I'll give one final shout out actually. To this is why the Patron community is so awesome. A couple days ago, I ended up accidentally getting like locked out of my Facebook account. Fun fact, friends, like don't delete social media from your phone and expect 24 hours to come back and everything's hunky dory, because it was far from it. And notoriously, like you can't get in touch with anybody on Facebook. Like there's no personal front-facing customer service people for you to actually speak with. And it just so happens that 2 people who happen to work on the same team, named Lauren and Hill, were able to assist me. They work for Meta. They ran up the system, got me all set up, got me back in the system so I can talk with
That's
lovely
amazing.
patrons such as the 2 of them. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, my heart goes out to both of them. And it just goes to show, like, just a wild world spanning, quite literally in the case of tonight, community this is. So thank you all for doing that. And thank you to the patrons of RHAP Has a Podcast for, like, supporting us and participating in a lot of this nonsense.
Okay.
This is why I say on Facebook, it's the ghetto.
All right. I have to get up from my post to go turn this off. So hold it down for a second while I end the live stream.
All right, everybody, tune in for Celebrity Patron Big Brother coming up in February. Otherwise, be the good with the good and the good. If you good when you're